bind to each other to become more intelligent. Keep that point as I'm talking to you. That's important. They bind together to become more intelligent. That means people who don't like to bond are less intelligent automatically, because that's a law in nature. People who want to be independent and do things without cooperating with others, they're automatically exhibiting low or no intelligence.
All right. Peace, family. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Let me get myself situated. Hopefully y'all doing good out there, man. Hopefully y'all having a good Ramadan. You guys are staying healthy. You're not getting sick. Catching whatever is floating out there. But today is like my favorite class, and I know I've been missing in action for a little bit, but we're going over the book of you today, and we got the God on, right? Hold on now. Let me get the God on. Yo! Peace to the God. Peace
There
to
you
the
go. Peace to the God. Peace to the chat. How you doing, family?
good God. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we'll just kind of let everybody flow in, and we'll make this kind of a interactive. So obviously, I'll just throw up the slides and stuff like that. But feel free to chime in anytime you see you just want to throw in your intelligence in there, guy, because you the ministry of cosmology. So give us some game. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So we'll just kind of let everybody come through the chat, and let's see, everybody's doing good. Peace, 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 peace. Hopefully, y'all ready to learn. We got the Ministry of Cosmology, Yoki, up in the building. Let's see. Let me see if I can get this.
Wow, Region 6 up in here.
Yeah. You already know. Okay. That was the thing I wanted to ask you. So yeah, I'm just gonna ask you. So your future plans for cosmology, how are they progressing right now? Because I remember last time we talked about it. Would you mind just like giving the people in Region 6 and just everybody globally, like what's the progress and the updates on what you've been working on in the ministry?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the main focus was the team. And so now I have a list, and those lists would be going out to the people who have picked for the cosmology team. And so the cosmology team is sole purpose outside of just the advancing the readings of birth charts and the progressions of yearlies and weeklies. It's also to of course the initiation is science, history, math, of course,
Right.
and so we can advance the rituals, the rites, and also have a team that could conduct forensic investigations as well,
Right.
as a group versus just one person doing it. And so that's one of the main aspects that I was bidding on as far as the progression. Also just advancement in learning other aspects of cosmology as far as the four elements of fire, air, water, and earth. And so, I made so honor, Ali. Kojo got his dissertation too. So congratulations, first of all, brother.
I appreciate that, guy. I appreciate that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Congratulations to that. So, now, I got to step up and I got to get my dissertation out, and I've been having great progression with it as
Yes,
far
sir.
as my studies and everything that I want to put in it to kind of advance, people who are going to eventually, take the course, once I able and get certified to be able to start teaching when people take the course. I want to advance the people. That way we got, I say this, every house should have at least one cosmologist.
Right.
At least one.
So vital. So vital.
So vital, man. It's so vital. So those been the main progressions, and mostly just the team though, because that's going to help me, be able to bring a group of collective minds that'll be able to research other technologies that could kind of just help with us being able to facilitate any type of readings.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh man, I don't think the people are ready tonight, man. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get it. And keep in mind, you're 7 of diamonds, right, Yogi?
Yes, sir. 7 of diamonds.
Man, I got that mutual Venus with you, you know what I mean? Diamonds, so we just got that mutual love, you know what I'm saying? So always appreciate you, you know what I mean? So let me share my screen real quick. All right, so y'all know the routine, right? I know we're gonna get y'all hyped up, we're gonna get y'all prepared. That's the big thing, is getting y'all prepared, preparing yourself and your family, right? And then the meat and potatoes is the book of you, right? Activating your ancestors. Some of y'all are still casting cowrie shells to the wind. And I don't know who you praying to. Some of y'all praying to Sky Daddy. I'm like, yo, who are you praying to? Hey, so, and then we got investing opportunities that are worth looking into, at least as far as like if you want to make sure that you are protecting your resources and your economic stability. Very important. And then since we have the Ministry of Cosmology, we got some bonuses to do some live readings. Now, if you want more details, you're going to have to pay the god for more, right? So just keep that in mind. This is only going to be a snippet just to show you just how real what our science is, right? That was brought to us by Amaru Namatagashi Ali. We always got to throw where credit is due. Let that be known, all right? So let's go ahead. All nationals need to know the preamble. We're not going to do the preamble. I know y'all like, oh, Coach, man, why? You not going? No. Y'all need to know. It's very important, and we'll get into that a little bit later. Same thing with the 12 general orders. Y'all keep saying, where's our military? Well, if you look at General Order number 3, where it says to report all violations of orders I'm instructed to enforce, and number 4, report all calls from posts more far distant than the temple than my own. That will let you know that you should be aware of your surroundings, right? And you need to always be on the alert. So you are the first line of defense as far as military in your own family and your own household. Keep that in mind. So how does that translate to the tribe? Well, if you're your own army in your own household, well, then you can be your own. Then you can be part of the army, which you are already within army. So keep that in mind. I know a lot of people don't like hearing that, but there's going to be some things coming in the pipeline that are really about to iron that out, really make that crystal clear, especially since y'all, I don't know if y'all paying attention to the rites of passage, but y'all will pretty soon. All right. Let me not spend too much time on that. Paying your dues. I know everybody's like, Kojo, I paid. I nationalized. Yogi, I nationalized. Why am I not on the list? Well, for those who nationalized in 2023, you're not going to appear on the list because you're going to get notified next year when dues are paid or when you need to pay dues. So keep that in mind. So new nationals, don't worry. You will get notified. But for those who are, they've been nationals, for a while, or just new nationals from 2022, you should have paid dues, right? So please don't ask, where to go pay dues, y'all. You should already know honorgovernment.org. There's a store item. The chief executive went over it. So please, please, please keep that in mind. And the reason why it's so important is because these funds actually fund employment for nationals and non-nationals. I know you're like, what do y'all do in the government? Well, y'all saw what we do. We pass legislation. We actually do things to benefit you nationals. And we're actually going to work for you guys. A lot more than what you think. So just keep that in mind. It just helps us keep going. So, all right. Events, y'all. Honor Ball 2023. Gonna be lit. You gotta come through. Ladies are free. So, ladies, you don't have to pay. You just have to find a way there, right? So it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have some nice things happen. especially at the Love Below with Sister Naya. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. There's gonna be some best dressed couples contest, right? We have a spade tournament, $500, right? I mean, like it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time, right? Obviously, we're gonna have the Aboriginal Summit, always like we do in 2024 in Atlanta, Georgia. So please get yourself ready. You know, we like to see more participation. There's gonna be more things we're gonna be doing there, so it's gonna be fun, right? And then we got the Aboriginal Powwow in Dallas, Texas. Again, this is going to be our 4th annual, so it's going to be great. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. We're going to actually do a lot more stuff. I won't spoil it, so we'll save that for another time. And I think Sister Lashaka has an event that's probably sold out, but if you still wanted to attend in Region 6 in Oklahoma, I'm sure she would appreciate it, right? And you just got to pay. So keep that in mind. All right. The cosmologist in Region 6. I know some of y'all are like, well, who could I go to in case of an emergency? Here are the people, okay? You know, I know that people are like, oh, what about me? We're talking about Region 6, okay? I'm sure there's more, but we're talking about the people. Okay. These are your 2 to go to. If you don't like Kojo, you can always go to Bob. You can always go to Mr. Yogi, right? So just keep that in mind. Prepare your family, y'all. I know y'all been seeing people think that Kanye's paranoid. He ain't paranoid. He sees something. And he not the only one. Mark Zuckerberg, Doomsday Bunker. What? Why are they built? Right? Ask yourself, why are they building that? It's because they see something's coming. Now, Yogi, I want you to drop what's happened in 2024. That's why, you hear. What's happening in 2024?
Yes, sir. I already got the notes right here. So let me tell you why these brothers are building bunkers, why we're seeing many of these things transpire.
Mm-hmm.
So now this is the United States report card right here.
Uh-oh.
As well as the world, too.
Okay.
So Saturn has already what we call transited into 12th polarity, misnomer Pisces. On United States birthday, which is July the 4th, coming in 2024, Saturn will be retrograde in Pisces as well. It'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be on the King of Diamonds.
Ooh.
Now, with Saturn's retrograde, we are looking at institutions dealing with a lot of psychology institutions, healthcare institutions, many of these things, as well as wealthy men who are preparing for a lot of things that will transpire. So, looking at, give me 1 second, pull up my notes real quick.
Yes, sir. Man, you bust it down. Ooh.
Yes, sir. We're gonna buzz it all the way down. So, like I said, it's the planet Saturn. When it's retrograde, it'll be on the King of Diamonds card.
Mm-hmm.
So, it will suggest the presence of a powerful, possibly elderly male figure in finance and or governments, potentially influencing national policies or economic strategies. So what are these brothers doing? So where's the underground? That's an economic strategy right there.
Right.
Plus any other type of law that may govern in, which could be tax write-offs, anything of that nature too.
Right.
So,
and you're right. Like what you just said is like spot on, because I think Biden said something recently about making these credit card companies like cut back on like how much interest that they're charging to the people. I'm like, and then they obviously spending more money. So anyway, continue.
Yeah, you're right though. And so for the people, for us, for all of us who are here within the United States, it will behoove us. 1 second. I gotta check off my SAT word for today. I'm getting my vocabulary up, family. Your boy is not only doing SpongeBob analogies no more.
Oh man.
But it'll behoove us to One, because Saturn is a planet of discipline and structuring and reconstruction things. Since it's retrograde, we'll be looking at reconstructing anything with healthcare, mental institutions, cosmology, psychology. So I've been preparing the team and making sure those things are tightly guarded. That way, when we get into the year 2024 and into the second half, we're prepared.
Ooh.
And to go into, so now these brothers are preparing. Let me tell you about the brothers who are not prepared, like the P. Diddy's, Jamie Foxx, because I said Saturn is on the King of Diamonds. So we dealing with wealthy man. And United States, July the 4th, his birthday, his Saturn cards would be the 6 of Hearts and the 3 of Spades displayed in 9 of Spades. Now, what did that mean? It's in a whole lot of terms, but what does that actually mean? 6 of Hearts is dealing with women and children in Mercury. So now we're dealing with a lot of triangular relationships, cheating, things of that nature. And if it goes to the extreme with the support card, that's furry communications that can result in the ending of relationships.
Ooh.
And we already starting to see some of the themes with it. We see P. Diddy, Jamie Foxx, a lot of these brothers, even
Jonathan Majors.
Yep. Yeah, so and they got a whole video of him running.
Right.
But what's the point of Saturn being retrograde? It's about making sure, because 12th polarity is a place of illusions, deception, secrets, a lot of secret plots. So to my brothers and my older brothers, you need to make sure you have proper contracts in place. Because that's Saturn. Saturn governs contracts too, law.
Yeah.
So those things are not in place. Now you're vulnerable for attacks on your economic foundation.
Listen, contract. This is how they looking at you.
You don't know, baby D. You don't know. That's why you're looking at me, because you don't know, baby D.
Our love is like no other. Like you, and then we looking at them like,
huh?
What? You need a contract, like right, Mr. Yogi.
You need a contract. And you need to make sure you understand it, So you go to Minister Kojo, and we got a lot of other brothers who are jurors, and you go to our main website to get a list of the jurors who are in good standing as well. Because like I said, 2024 is not only that, it's Saturn retrograde, but the numerology, because numerology is a science and art too. You take the minds of what people focus on the most, which is right now currently the Gregorian calendar. So 2024, if you add the numbers together, that's 2 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4, which is 8. 8 corresponds to Saturn.
Right.
So we're gonna see a lot of Saturn-like energy throughout their year.
Right.
Once it goes retrograde on the King of Diamonds, what are the cause and effects?
Break
The
that.
first cause and effect card for the King of Diamonds is the 3 of Clubs. It's the card that it follows. It's where you need to set your goals to. And 3 of Clubs deals with a lot of communications, teaching, learning. So this is the year where you prepare to delve into your skill sets, get those courses, and really start to iron out your skills and your attributes. That way you prepared, as you enter into this year and the rest of the years, of course.
Correct. Because with those skills, that's what's going to allow you to be creative and get into your full creative force of a 3 of Clubs. You know what I mean? Like you need skills. You can't have nothing. Like most people don't understand the value of nothing. Nothing. Damn.
That's real though. Like you got to understand, like, because we get into the point where. So there's a lot of people around me who understand patterns, and things that kind of happen urgently to do something. Has that ever happened to you where you urgently wanted to watch something, TV show, or do something in particular? And so those are patterns that are kind of messages for future themes. So one of my messages, I had the urge to watch Law and Order SVU. Now, mind you, I never watched it a day in my life. But now I'm about to finish season 25 of it. What is Law and Order SVU? SVU, it deals with special victim units of sexual abuse, rape, things of that nature. I said, why is it? And that was before the P. Diddy and Jamie Foxx stuff even came out. So, this is interesting. Oh, this is what's happening. Okay.
This is exactly what's happening.
This is exactly what's happening. So it manifested. I just got to see it within the world's view, in the world news now. And so these things are now. So now, why did I mention that? Why did I even bring that up? Well, I mentioned the Six of Hearts. And so right now, currently in Mercury, in that neighborhood, Mercury, the Four of Clubs is there, which is the starting point of Law and Order SVU.
Right.
And then the Six of Hearts is going to replace that next birthday for the United States. So what does that mean? I know it's saying a lot of things, but it means now we're going to see that even more throughout the year, where we see wealthy men get taken down by women who are dealing with abuse, sexual abuse. And because I said we're dealing with reconstruction of health care institutions, the word abortion adds up to the Three of Clubs as well, which I say is the cause and effect. We already seen the theme. If people don't know this brother, he's a basketball player. His name is Anthony Edwards. And so he dealt with a woman with no contract, no NDAs, no nothing. And she posted him. He had to pay her over $100,000, one to get an abortion, and two, he's most likely trying to keep that, but with no contract, he can't protect himself. And because the Three of Clubs currently right now is in the neighborhood Venus, Uranus, which is the Seven of Clubs, Jack of Spades. So now deception. And the brothers, so connecting the dots, the brothers with the podcast, Cameron and Mace, they talked about this as well. How they talked about both paths, how some women are genuine and, who really, and then how other women are deceptive, who try to trap brothers, wealthy brothers, into getting babies, and then, they want divorce. Now the brother got to pay, etc. So Saturn, contracts, law, it's all going to matter. And some of the healthcare institutions are going to reconstruct it where, some of these things might even be outlawed. And so we see Texas and how we got certain laws that, so.
I know y'all looking like this. But just stay with us, okay? Like, let the guy break it down, because, this is what's happening, the trajectory. So discipline is so important. If you have not been practicing your discipline throughout this month, Ramadan, I promise you're gonna be in bad shape in 2024. So vital. And we'll break that down. So anything else you want to talk about on the prepare your family? Because we're gonna hit another slide now. I think you should be able to talk about this as well.
Well, this is my last statement for it. Pisces or 12th polarity is hearts, which is environment. Saturn is restrictions. It can deal with lack sometimes. So even if you're a family, even if you certain family that you want to bring with you, lack, support, you still got to go. You got to discipline yourself. So
correct.
Making sure, you master your values, your codes, and your finances, and then of course you'll be able to build out the family that you need around there, your immediate environment. So don't let it discourage you.
That's it. Literally, as you said, finances. Y'all need to save, invest, and prepare, right? Same theme, y'all. y'all know I like talking about economics, but you really need to make sure that you have enough money saved. And like we talked about earlier, are you developing new skills to earn a little bit extra, to be compensated? We don't have no income in Arnold. We are nonprofits. Right? We get compensated for labor. Okay. But do you have multiple accounts where you have access to different resources? Hopefully you guys are using your business bank accounts. There's new nationals and existing nationals. Some of y'all have not even opened it. I be hearing it. It just makes me shake my head. I'd be like, you haven't opened up your bank account yet?
Huh?
I'm like, what are you doing? You still using the old one?
Huh?
Okay. So this is to just drive a point home, is that we want to continue to protect our economic resources because parasites are coming in and they're leeching off of our families. This is part of the military force that we talked about earlier. You need to protect your economic fortress from parasites, leeches, outside forces that are going to come and try to drain your family's pockets, right? And so these are things that you need to be mindful of. So how do you do that? Like we talked about, getting COs, getting certified at Appalachian University, going outside and getting outside skills, bringing them back into the tribe, right? And then deploying, right? Like there are different means. Are you watching your spending? Some of y'all are spending like King of Diamonds, trinking, and y'all ain't even got it. How? Minister Yogi, how they doing it? How they make it?
Man, they wilding. You tricking, you ain't got it. You wild. You a wild.
You a bad mamma jamma. Like, how you doing that? So anyway, we won't belabor the point. But the point is that building up your skills, starting up businesses with the skills that you're getting, and then getting lines of credit. I know y'all like, Coach, I don't know how to get business credit. Go watch those videos. We're not gonna go over that no more, okay? It's out there. We talked about it at the summit. If you were there, you were there. If you weren't, we're gonna move on. All right. So the last thing on as far as like economics, are you hedging against inflation? These are some of the real concrete things you can do. And we're going to talk about actually a few of them at the end. So digital real estate, we're going to talk about that as well. But reducing your debt, that's a big, big thing. So paying down credit card debts that you may have, saving up the resources so that you can actually invest in stocks, maybe bonds, maybe private companies that can actually pay you some form of dividend, or buying land and real estate, right? That's the real thing that's, they're not making more of is land. Okay. So keep that in mind. All right. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, we got to ground ourselves. I know some of y'all be thinking, why y'all always all over the place? Y'all think Arna is just going to be a straight line. Okay. Y'all have to be flexible because things are changing. People try to put roadblocks in front of us, and just understand to just be flexible. That's important. Get rid of that welfare mentality and, get this out of your head, because I know y'all think that Arna should be running like the U.S. We're a baby nation. And we do pretty damn good. Right, Mr. Young?
Yes, we do.
So just let it breathe. And let's get into the book of you. So I know we're going through Ramadan, so hopefully everybody's Ramadan is going well, right? So hopefully you're breathing. And this is some of the key points that I wanted to talk about. And we'll talk about it a little bit more. But like everything begins with a thought. And everything is created from a thought. So everything that you're seeing around you started from a thought, right? And I don't think a lot of y'all are aware of it. Sometimes you guys are creating your own demise, whether you are aware of it or not. What you say to that, Minister Yogi?
Ooh, I mean, you hit it on the point. You creating your own demise. A lot of people out here who still haven't taken greatly the concept of getting in a dark room, a dark space, and focusing on what you exactly want to visualize for your day, for that week, for that year. and creating the thoughts, creating the image.
Everything begins.
We're asking you to sit there and visualize creating those thoughts, sitting there, focusing on one thought. Don't let baby mama number 2 from yesterday, distort or, cause confusion for your meditation within that moment. You are literally a breath and a thought away from calming down and problem solving, bro.
Literally. And you go to sleep with yourself. Nobody goes to bed with you but you. You may have your spouse next to you, but literally they don't go to bed with you. You go to bed with you in your mind. And that's who you talk to every day, whether you are aware or not. Period. So that's the most important. That's the first thing that's most important is communication with yourself, right? How are you talking to yourself? How are you problem solving within yourself? Are you even aware of the thoughts that are floating in the imagination, thoughts that are floating in your mind, or not? And then the second one is communication with other people, right? Are you communicating with other people? Are you involving yourself in your mind, wishing people well, seeing them the best version of themselves? Like that's literally the best meditation / prayer, right? Some of y'all are still praying to the mystery box God, Sky Daddy, right? Ain't nobody in the sky that you praying to. that is all meditation and prayer is just communication. And if you're not doing it, some of y'all not even communicating. Some of y'all have not even seen what Sky Daddy looks like, except for the images that they've given to you. So the most powerful force is the human imagination, and that is God. And whether you are aware of it or not, you have to save you. What you got? What you got, Missy?
Ooh, that's powerful. And stop communicating to see your balls fall the next day. Visualize something else. But brother, that is powerful. I mean, like we say, 1, 2, Ramadan been going beautifully. So just to be a example of it, like just taking your thoughts and visualizing it. I have seen many of the things I wanted come alive, literally.
Doesn't take that long either, does it?
No, not at all. So visualizing it and just sitting with yourself and just
that's it.
Letting your thoughts, and don't get me wrong, sometimes my thoughts seem to linger out. I know that sometimes thoughts can roam around, but that's when I work on my self-discipline to bring myself back into focus.
That's it.
Thoughts could roam around, but it's up to you to bring it back to focus.
You're right.
So Ramadan, making sure you're eating right.
Ooh, we don't talk
because when we get into focus and thoughts, is it your thoughts that's crazy, or is it that parasite thoughts?
Somebody else's thoughts on people's
exactly.
mind.
Who's thinking for you right now? So eating right, making sure you exercise. Brothers, everybody already know in honor we have a rites of passage where we exercise each month doing our 500 jumping stacks, a mile run, our push-ups. And so making sure we do all these things to keep our body in tune, as well as doing our sunrise, noon, and sunset meditations. Because what is that doing? That's teaching you discipline, basically. And you casually, like we said, like I like the picture you brought up about people thinking honor is just a straight line. Like Baby Nation, and we taking, baby steps. They magnitude though. Don't get us wrong. We created some earthquakes of this month.
Right, exactly.
We're taking our time and understanding and doing our due diligence in our studies, as well as getting our discipline correct. So you kind of mirror that effect, and you see, even with all the potholes, all of the obstacles in the way, doing those not only allows for the manifestation, but it brings down stress, the cortisol. So now when you approach a problem, you're not approaching it with this stress on you. You're approaching it from a calm perspective, and then you're able to use more of your frontal cortex versus your limbic system, meaning problem solving with your emotions versus, facts, logic, and strategic planning and teamwork.
That's it. Because you're breathing. You're literally breathing. You're doing this 3 times in a day, sometimes 4, to get you into a place where you're calm. You're not thinking about the stresses of life, and you're at a place of peace. So important. So.
Oh, and make sure you breathing correctly. We not dogs. Don't you be
right.
Through the nose, through the mouth. Just make sure, because
You're right, though. It's true. So deep breaths, right? Deep breaths. So hopefully, like I said, it's going well for you guys. Let's go ahead and get on to the next thing, to the Aboriginal Shape, which is essentially the Book of You, right? This is something that we talked about before, but Aboriginal Shape is more than just mindset, physical, cosmo, and financially. Like, it encompasses everything, right? And you'll see that as we go through it, right? So the Book of You. Have you opened it? Some of y'all have not opened it. Oh man, some of y'all don't even know. If I asked you, what's your birth card? Huh? What? You be like, what's your birth card?
Huh?
You don't know. Got it. So we have to really be paying attention, because if you paid attention to the rites of passage video, we showed you how to do it, right? Our chief showed you how to do it. And you can, obviously, if you're not sure, you can verify with Minister Yogi. He can give you a session to get you clarity on your Book of You. At least take the initiative to open it. Some of y'all is still sitting on the shelf somewhere in the back. You don't even know it even exists. Do you even know where it comes from? Do you know magnetically what makes you you? Do you understand the keys that were given to you? Are you activating your power in a functional way or a dysfunctional? And then do you understand the relationships between yourself and people around you? I know some of y'all want to activate God body mode, so you want to know how to do it. We'll show you how to do it. Right, Mr. Yogi?
Yes, sir. Correct.
So these are your real ancestors. I know everybody's like, this ain't real. Yes, it is. This is very real, y'all. These are your real ancestors. Hydrogen, oxygen, water, or H2O, and carbon, right? Try not breathing and see what happens. Try not drinking water and see what happens.
This the only time you could use, but the ancestors said this the only time you could use it. The ancestors did say breathe.
Right. Real talk. Like, this is it. Like, there's nothing else. You can't destroy. Like, people talk about nature. We're not talking about the environment that can be destroyed. You cannot destroy these elements at all. You'll try to destroy them, and then they'll transfer into something else. That's all energy does. It will just transfer into something else. So you can't destroy this. This is real, your real ancestors, right? And again, broken down by Amaru Namatagashi Ali, right? So we're just driving the point home, and we put it into a lecture called the Book of You, right? So obviously there's different sectors for these elements, which make up the 12 ministries or institutions within ARNA, right? Very important, very important, very important. And as you can see in the center is a thought. Everything begins with a thought, y'all. Nothing getting around it. So, Mr. Yogi, you got anything to add on that, God?
Yes, sir. I mean, broke it down perfectly. Like, it took me a long time to understand what they meant by you can't kill an idea. But once you learn, once you learn where idea comes from, you can't kill it. Ideas are formulated fire, which precedes water and earth.
How can you kill an idea? You can't.
You can't. so it's perfect. It's broken down perfectly, and we all read this. Even with the 12 ministries, those are the 12 main departments, and then of course we got the sub departments that corresponds to each one. And for some of y'all, just when y'all get y'all readings, or you breaking down your attributes and your skills, is you kind of use your attributes to think outside the box. You find out what main department your gifts and attributes corresponds to, they'll be powerful in, and then you get to use your thoughts, focus, and seeing what sub departments can you bring niche, powerful breakthrough advancements in. So if you in the sixth polarity and you dealing with health and human service, and you find out that you love animals because your Venus is on this card, etc. And it's like, all right, well, if you love animals and your attributes are powerfully in health and human service, we don't have veterinarians technically. And you may find a breakthrough that you like, I created this antigen and we could command this lion to do whatever we need.
Damn, that's powerful.
That'd be crazy right there.
Right.
I'll be glad you on my team because I ain't trying to fight no lion.
Real talk.
So that's my point on that. Just making sure the main departments, sub departments, just making sure you step outside the box. So even when you get to reading, I may not I'm not here to tell you exactly what sub department to go into. I'm here to teach you about your attributes and your gifts, and then as a human, as a person, that's when you get to problem solving. You get to using your alpha wave state mode to say, okay, see my gifts here. I like this department, and then you notice other patterns of your life, and you're able to facilitate that.
Spot on, literally. So keep this, study this. It's in your protocol manual. For those who don't know, it's there. It's there. So okay. Now let's talk about how to really find some of your ancestors. Okay, I know this is again, this is in the rites of passage video. Finding your birth card, so you don't be running around when somebody says, what's your birth?
Huh?
So right here's the formula, and there's something even much more easier. Right? There's like a little chart. I didn't put it in this PowerPoint, but because I want y'all to use y'all's mind, right? I need to understand this, right? So this is the reason why we put this up, right? But this is the formula to find your birth card. So when we get to the live readings, we may quiz y'all, right? We may quiz y'all just on the birth card minimum. Do you know that at least? If you don't know the planetary ruler or number, it's okay. Not really, but it's okay. Oh man, we gotta be hard on y'all. So it's okay. So this is how you find your birth card, right? And then this is how you find your planetary ruler. Obviously, the God Yogi, Mr. Yogi, he can do this in a zip-zam fashion, right? The idea is that we're not teaching it. We're just showing you how to get it, how to find it, right? And if you buy the books, you really will know how to do it. We'll show you how to do that too. Okay. And finding your planetary number, right? So for me, I was born on 25th of September. So I would break down 2 + 5 = 7. So then I would go to 7, which is Neptune, right? So then I would count 7 spaces, to the left. So starting from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, hold on, go back. 6, 7. Okay. So yeah, 10 of spades, that's my planetary number, right? So everybody who knows me, that if you catch me on my bad side, I will flame you up and I will be petty about it. But no, I'm overall. I like working hard, so sometimes I may overdo it. Right. So I need to trust and work in groups publicly with people. That's what's going to make the load much lighter and do it successfully, right? Versus overworking and trying to compensate.
All right.
I don't know if you had anything to add on those two things on the planetary ruler and number, Mr. Yogi, but definitely the floor is yours on that stuff, man.
Well, first of all, with the equation,
Let's go
that
back.
was a mathematical equation right there. And people was looking at it like, yeah, I used to skip math class. I was in the gym. I was too bad. You got to do some math anyway.
That's right.
And yes, we gonna use the old school. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Parmenas. I think I pronounced it right.
Yeah. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally.
Yep, there you go. So we know we start off with the parentheses first.
Boom.
Just to help y'all. That way, because we might quiz out. I might ask you, let's calculate it right on spot. So I will just help you out. I'm giving you some hints. Start off with the parentheses.
Right.
Then you got addition within the parentheses. You still got to deal with it.
Right. You got multiplication.
Got multiplication. And then after that, the parentheses disappear.
Disappears.
And then you subtract 55.
Boom. Okay. So let's do something really easy. So we'll do Queen of Hearts. So I'll do mine. 2 times my birth month, which is 9. So that's 18. Plus the day, which is 25. So what's 18 plus 25? That would be 40. Did I do that right? 40. 46. Hold on.
18 plus 25?
Yeah. I'm doing it wrong. No, 43.
Yep.
Right? 43. So look at that. So 43, right? Now let's do the math over here. What's 55 minus 43? That would be, my good man, 12. 12. Okay. So what is 12? So if we look at the spade in the range, that would be a Queen of Hearts.
Yep.
Right? So that's how you're gonna do these formulas when you do your birth card. When Mr. Yogi or me is asking you, what is your birth card? You better pull up this formula so that you can okay, I at least know that one, right? So you're not saying, huh? So anything you want to add on this, or we can move on to the planetary ruler part.
We can actually move on to the planetary ruler. We actually covered it. Yep.
So with the planetary ruler, this is your character card. This is how the world sees you, right? And actually it's like how you use your power at the same time, right? This is very important, right? So again, for the Queen of Hearts, for my birthday, I'll do it. So I am considered quote unquote Libra. So I would fall under the Venus right here. And so what is Venus? It is 2 spaces to the left. So we go to Queen of Hearts. 1, 2. 8 of diamonds. Sun row card. Right? Powerful, right? So that's as simple as that. But some of y'all, well, what if I'm a Cancer? All right, well, if you were Cancer and you were a Queen of Hearts, you would just go to the right.
Yep.
So that just says it right there. That's all if you missed it, okay?
Please read your instructions. Please.
Read it. What else you want to add to that, guy?
I guess so, just in case some people run into being a double card, yes, it's possible for you to be a double card.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, now we haven't moved into the key card, but I can give an example of myself. I'm a double King of Diamonds.
Ooh.
So, and I'll start with this since we're on the planetary ruler.
Mm-hmm.
I'm born March 16th.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 plus 6 gives me 7.
Oh, let's go back to that. Right.
Oh, so the birth card. So we're doing so 2 times my birth month, March 3, 6.
Mm-hmm.
plus my day, 16, 19,
Boom.
times 2, which is, what's that? 108. Wait, is that correct? Yeah, it's 108. Wait, no.
No,
I'm tripping. Not 108. I'm way off. 19 to
36, right?
yes, 36. Thank you. 55. I don't know how I got 108. I don't know what.
Oh no, you good. You good. You good. You good.
Then 55 minus 36. Then man,
You said 19 or 18, bro.
19.
Oh, so it should be 38 then. Right? Because 2 times 19 is 38.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And then
38 minus 55,
yeah.
which is 17, right?
Give me. Oh, see, back to math class. Let me hold up. I ain't following instructions. I see it. I ain't afraid to put my card. I ain't afraid to show my cards. I didn't follow instructions. I got something wrong, y'all.
You would trip, bro.
I got something wrong. Let me see. Birth month, last day. Let's do that. This. There we go. I knew. That's why I said permit us at the beginning stuff. Because I did addition first. I did 3 plus 16. I mean, I did, I did multiplication first, actually.
Okay. Yeah, you got to do the plus.
Yeah, because I was supposed to got 22.
Correct.
Which gave me 55 minus 22, 33, which is the 7 of diamonds.
Booyah! Okay. Now we have the 7 of diamonds. So let's go back here.
Yep. And then planetary ruler. So now I'll be, my character is 12th polarity, Neptune, which gives me 7. So if I count.
Oh, pop quiz. What makes the person use Neptune versus Jupiter Pisces?
Oh, Neptune versus Jupiter Pisces?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even gonna get that, but I actually use both.
Ooh!
And the only reason I use both because we're dealing with what we call it's called the rotation, the asphodel rotation of the planets. So when the planet was closest to the sun, that is the polarity it rules over. So in beginning in a certain historical time period, Jupiter ruled over 12th polarity, misnomer Pisces as well, when it's closest to the sun. So in retrospect, I will be both a king of diamonds and a 9 of spades.
Ooh.
So that tells you everything I do, I got to complete. If I don't complete it, then it's going to linger forever.
Yo. Powerful. It's powerful, bro.
Yeah. So anybody gives y'all a pop quiz on that, remember the words like asphodel rotation and when the planet was closest to the sun. Then why is that important? Instead of me saying something else, because now you can go to a telescope or use stellium and see when that planet is closest to the sun to see what rules over it.
Exactly. I don't think y'all are y'all paying attention?
Huh?
Okay. Hopefully y'all still there. Okay. All right. Keep building, guys. Keep building.
She said, "How do you spell that?" That's what that. I failed the spelling bee, so I'm not good at spelling, but I could try. Maybe try to Asphodel, A-S-P. I'll actually spell it the way you spell it, but I could be wrong. Just the way I pronounce it, you know.
It's probably correct. Okay.
But so those are my character card. That was my character. Chuck Polarity. Then you go to Neptune. And with the pop quiz he gave me, yes, you definitely do use Jupiter as well.
Whoops.
And you can see how that, we can see how that would manifest in your life if it gives details or something of that sort.
Mhm. Yes, sir. And then talk about the planetary numbers.
Yeah.
What you need to master. So, guys, there are some things that you need to activate in order to activate everything, and you have to master it. And if you don't do it, and if you ignore it, it'll bite you in the butt. Real time. So I give you an example in real time. So Kojo will overwork, ignoring the fact that he needs to work with people. He's like, I'll just carry the load. Guess what happens? The weight is so heavy that my ship starts to crack. Because I'm not sharing the load. I'm not working together in groups. That's what I need to always remind myself. Is that, oh wait, instead of trying to take it on and do it everything, you need to do it as a collective. So I have to master that because I have the tendency to overwork, especially for a Queen of Hearts too. I will overwork. I'm always working.
Facts.
So that's important. So you have to, like, this is what's going to help ignite everything else, and you'll see everything else manifest itself for the better or for the worse if you're not paying attention to your planetary number, which is what you need to master. What else you got to add?
Man, he broke that joint down perfectly. Mine is a king of diamonds, so I gotta master my finances, my business, building wealth, understanding investments, and making sure that I'm not a dictator in source, you know, using manipulations to get money or anything of that sort.
Right.
And not overspending. Because King of Diamonds is big luxury time. And it's like, all right, bro, you need to master your finance. You need to budget or something of that nature.
Yeah, because if you're not budgeted, man, I don't know, man. You be like, where's the money? You be like, man, I don't know where it went.
Oh,
I done spend it.
man, I got this yacht.
Right.
Oh,
It's nice though. It's a nice shot. No, but for real, yeah, at least it's true though. Because like I have 80 diamonds. If I'm not careful, I will over leverage myself, and then it'll put myself in a bad position. And I'm like, oh, I ain't got no money, and that's a bad situation. So hopefully that makes sense, y'all. Again, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, and I'll give this, Jill, so we can actually use the numerology of how we even get to the card too, as well. So, and we both in this capacity, we got the 7. We both equal 7. So if we start to feel like if we get to creating illusions and delusions around like I guess the best example I could give, like, man, but you know, I got this investment coming, so I could get this yacht right now. Nah, bro, you creating illusion, you creating confusion around yourself. So the numerology of it too comes to life too as well. So Kojo gets to, man, I could just handle it. You know, it's only for a few months. Nah, bro, you got to make sure we using the key card because it's the key.
Oh, diamond nuggets, bruh. You just dropped a bomb. I don't even think people are aware. They looking like, I don't know. I know y'all getting tired of me doing that, but it's to keep y'all's attention, okay? So no, that's a real gem right there because I don't think people know that. Rewatch this video if y'all are not paying attention. So, anything before we move on, Mr. Yogi?
Man, he broke down everything perfect for the 3 cards, and you know, if the people ain't have no questions, we could definitely move on.
Dope. Okay, so I know we talked about a little bit about Aboriginal shape cosmology specifically because this is the book of you. I know you're like, damn, just get to the point. All right, so let's talk about some of them. That's right. So some of the features that you just need to be aware of. Okay, water, heart. Keep those two. They go hand in hand. That is literally the element. I know some of y'all be so emotional. Y'all just want to love on everybody, or y'all want to freeze everybody out. It ain't no lukewarm, right? So it's important for hearts to understand that respect your pool, and set boundaries. Not everybody can swim in your pool freely, and not like follow the rules. Some of y'all be letting family members disrespect the rules of the pool. And then you become crying to me saying, Coach, like, I can't believe that they did this to me. And I'm like, you weren't paying attention. So you got to respect the pool, boundaries of your pool, and you got to set the rules. So be careful over the relationship. So relationship management is essentially parts and what they have to pay attention to. Be sure to stay hydrated, drink your water. Some of y'all be getting so overworked with relationships with people that you don't even stay hydrated. So that you can just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna let it flow. If they want to exit out of the pool, that's cool. I'm gonna let them go out the pool. I don't even have to do nothing. They just left on their own. The pool resumes. And just be careful of not absorbing other people's problems. Manage your own. It's hard enough managing your own. And just being too emotional, right? Keep your emotions in check. No need to be ice all the time. Some people deserve ice, right? Because they may have broken a rule and they continue to disrespect the rules. So you have to let them know, hey, you violated, you can leave. And then you go back and resume the pool, goes back to normal. Right? So anything you got to add on that, guy, when it comes to the hearts and water?
Man, you broke that joint down. Perfect. Monitoring your pool, not letting all type of people throw trash in it.
Ooh, that's it.
Now people, how they used to have the chemical in the pools and the person used to urine blue. Don't let yeah. What does that symbolize? What is that? You got to have codes and contracts around you.
Boom, bingo.
Because we're talking about relationships, so those are the perfect example of those brothers. Like the actor name, I forgot his name. The person who was running the yes, that's a perfect person who let anybody into his pool, and then now you see the repercussions of it. You see the consequences. So, and with the water, monitor because water also connects to environment as well. So your environment, the people around you, the stuff around you, the music around you, like all of that is important. Water connects to the lymphatic. It deals with lymph as well. Music moves lymph. Lymph has no pump like the heart. Lymph has to be moved through exercise, and music can move it too as well. So music is healing. So if you up here listening to Jesse Red, Ice Spice, and all these people, it's all right, you got some toxic music up in your ears that can affect your thoughts and your thought patterns.
Literally. And I don't know if everyone's heard the saying, but you know how people can't hold water, right? So I know some of y'all be, y'all be crying, some of the hearts, y'all be crying and you be venting to people. Be careful of who you share that water to, because some people just like, oh man, that's so juicy. Let me go tell somebody else. And they share your water with everybody else, and everybody's tasted it. Did you taste Kojo's water? So that's what I mean.
Got that watermelon juice now, girl.
Right. So just be mindful. Be mindful of that, right? So not everybody is going to really cherish the water that you're delivering to them as well. So that's something, to keep in mind, because you may try to hydrate somebody and they're not even interested in it. They want soda. Okay. They want liquor. They want something else but water. But you still want to push on water to people, and people are just not. They're not. Stop wasting water on people that don't want it. Find people who want it, and then build with them. Have contracts. Deal with them. Boom. Just don't go pool. Anything else on that, guy?
Nah, guy, you killed that joint.
Man, we killed it. Let's move on to the. I know, y'all. This is the truth, y'all. Make selection. That is the most important thing we are about to do on this planet. Are we choosing the right mate or are we not choosing the right mate? Because that'll make and break you. As you can see with Jonathan Majors, we keep talking about him, but it's because it's true. His career is done. His legacy is finished.
Right.
All because he chose the wrong person. So Jonathan Majors, if you need a reading, holla at Minister Yogi. He'll get you right. But as far as what has happened, the damage is done. So mate selection, very important, like we keep preaching about. I know some people don't see that, you know, polygyny is the way for men. They're like, why is that? Listen, I'll say this and I'll say this one time. Look at the sun and what revolves around the sun. All the planets. So if you got an outstanding man in your life who's able to manage and has his shit together, he can manage a whole kingdom, right? So to say that it's not possible is not true, and most men are religionists by nature. And it's just, I know people don't want to hear that. People want to talk about it, but it's true. And we're not talking about in the sense of like, oh, you know, you can sleep with all these women. No, like some of them you don't even deal with like that. They're literally just part of the family that you're keeping in to make sure that they're well kept. And that, you know, if they do, you know, so like get your mind out of the low frequency realms when it comes to these things. There's really should be a bigger purpose of why you even go down that road. So anything you want to add on that, guy?
I mean, you broke it down perfect. I mean, even the point about it's not only about sex, like you said, it's literally women who may just be their family maintenance, you know, helping around, maybe even facilitating some of the visions that you may have or that the other sister wives may have, but they're there for family maintenance. And it helps the kingdom because everybody is serving their purpose. Like it's like you need to understand that and just look at the body. A hair cell is not trying to be a skin cell, but they work together to ensure the body is healthy.
Literally. So we won't spend too much time, but hopefully that makes sense, y'all. Like I know you're like, man, get hurry up. Like I know y'all might get to the ratings. Cosmo relationship. We're still on the hearts. I know this is superficial interactions in 2024 and beyond. You about to be in bad shape. You're talking about basing your whole relationship on feelings and beliefs instead of knowledge. Okay. You need to know somebody. Otherwise, you can waste a lot of time. You need to do cosmology. Get with Minister Yogi. You know, get with Minister Bob. Like literally, these people are going to save you heartache. You ever been with somebody and you're like, damn, this don't, you know, it was cool in the beginning, but now I'm getting annoyed with this person. But then you met somebody that you were like, damn, I like being around this person a lot. And we was talking. And then, you know, the mutual love and, you know, it start percolating and you're like, what is that feeling? And then Minister Yogi says, yeah, I got a mutual Mercury and a Venus. So that's why you can't leave that person alone. You thinking about it all day long. And you in bad shape because you in a whole nother relationship. See, if you would have got with Minister Yogi, you should have asked these questions. When's your birthday? All that stuff, you would save yourself heartache, right? Minister Yogi, what you think? Building intelligence.
Building intelligence and using those birth charts to understand who you are around, who you are dating. Because it could get to the point where you are sacrificing your own economics, your own energy for someone who you're with who lacks understanding their purpose. And so they want to leech off of yours. They want to leech off of your energy. But if you know, get into readings and understanding both the function and dysfunction that person can present, you can move more strategically, you know, and understand, all right, do I need to be with this person? Because we got some people, even when and making sure that you actually take in the lessons.
Ooh.
Because once you learn that person's intent,
Mhm.
like what because everybody has intent when they come into a relationship.
Exactly.
So once you learn their intent, all right, now you got to make the decision. Or are you gonna be Captain Saver?
Mm. You know, I mean, you know how it goes, man. People, they just this is what they be. This is what a lot of people tell me when they get into these relationships. They be like this. And I just look at it, I'm like, you should really do the cosmology. Get with Minister Yogi. I'm getting off the phone with you. So go ahead, God.
I said, no, you're right. Like people like you like I put it this way. So even before, because of course we start off with honesty, integrity, and loyalty.
Right.
Before any cosmology session, of course.
Right.
Then when we proceed to cosmology, learning more of the okay, this person like to be in this environment, things of that nature. Like, for instance, if you are first polarity diamond, 3 of diamond, and you like, and your Mercury, you got Mercury and Mars in that planet too. And all right, you a super isolated person. All right, that's understandable. That's it. That's your characteristic. That's you.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't force a person who's a air, you know, I don't know, 4th polarity or Aquarius, you know, 11th polarity, and they a queen of clubs. It's like, yo, that person likes to talk. They like to be around people. You can't isolate them. You can't take them from the world. Like, that's their characteristics. So now, what does that do for you, though? All right, now you're able to come in and facilitate. Say, okay, maybe we create a time, a schedule where, all right, you respect them, you respect both the environments, and that's something that I learned to do because I got somebody who's a queen of clubs, and so they like to go out, party, you know, have fun. I'm an isolated person, you know. I'm in the crib studying, you know, on my intergens, chilling, watching TV. But I learned to, you know, they asked me like, is this being respectful of their environments and their characteristics?
Mm-hmm.
And on the other hand, then we go to the other stuff where we're dealing with, all right, what's that person intent? Did they come into the relationship to help me build a vision, or did they come into it to only let me build a vision and let me spoil them?
Leeching, parasite. We got too many of that happening right now. But okay,
it happens a lot, and I tell the brothers like it's the same thing. I'm not saying it for it's something I experienced because I'm a 7 of diamonds. The king of diamonds.
People smell the money on you. I know they do. They be like, "Oh yeah, this brother got money," and you looking at him like none of that. You ain't getting none of this. I don't know you, but go ahead.
That's real talk though, because now with the God mind, because I flipped the coin before I had the God mind. I had a dream, and this will be in the book. Had a dream, so I'm giving y'all a gem out the book. Ooh. I had a dream about Venus flytraps. If y'all, I don't know if people ever heard of that plane. It's called the Venus flytrap. Mm-hmm. And in the dream, it was breaking out of the concrete, eating human people. It was eating me. I was a fly getting trapped in the Venus flytrap each time in the dream. Ooh. And what does that say? What does that say? Well, first of all, the word Venus is in flytrap. Right. So I know I'm dealing with women. Yep. And it's breaking out of Earth. That's my money. That's my economics. And it's eating. What does it? If you look at the shape of the Venus flytrap, it symbolizes almost the reproductive system of a woman.
Let me see if I can share that real quick so people can see what you're breaking down, guy.
Yes, sir.
Where is that? Venus flytrap. Where are you?
Yep.
Oh, here it is. Okay. Y'all see my screen? All right, so
y'all see it now. What does a Venus flytrap do to trap any insect? It leaves a certain pheromonal secretion to attract the insects.
Mm-hmm. Carnivore.
Ali Amaru Namatagachi Ali already taught us about pheromones and things of that nature through his book, The Power of Sex.
Mhm.
So in the dream, I was a fly getting trapped by the pheromones of a Venus flytrap, and it's costing me money.
Ouch. 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 Wow.
So for the brothers, when you get to reading, when you have those dreams, you really had to break that. I don't really use these words, but that spell of being the captain saver. Like it's women out there who want to see you win, who want to help facilitate visions for the family and the building of it.
Right. Don't be this person,
You
okay?
don't know, baby D. You don't know. That's why you're looking at me, because you don't know, baby D.
They'll be looking at you like, what are you talking about? Like this person is clearly not good for you. And you know, this is the same for for women too, right? Like there's gonna be brothers that are just literally wasting your time. They're just spinning your plate. And it's up to you to recognize that and do the right homework. And we'll talk a little bit more details as far as like some of the things that you should do, right? There's a high hazard, medium hazard, and low hazard when you're dealing with people. Everybody is a gamble when it comes to relationships. Period. Point blank period. There's no secret guarantee. Hell, it's all gamble, okay? You could meet somebody who's functional today, be dysfunctional tomorrow, okay? So just understand that there's low risk, medium risk, and high risk, okay? So when it comes to mate selection, right, keep in mind, right, what should women be looking for in men? Was the man raised by his father? Well, meaning present, right? Does he understand, resource management? Is he in good health? Like these are the things that you need to be asking, that you observing. Is he well educated? Is he thinking about nation building? Is he compatible with your cosmology? These are the things you need to be asking. Otherwise, you're going to be coming to us wondering, what happened? And you want answers to your relationship of how it fell apart. But you weren't asking these questions. You weren't asking the tough questions. These are the questions that are really important because you're going to be wasting a lot of time dealing with people. And it's okay if things don't work out. You part ways respectfully as adults. You need to learn how to separate appropriately. Like there's no need to be hurt feelings about, if it just didn't work out. It just didn't work out. It's okay. Right? So the brothers have the same questions to ask the women as well. Like, do they respect their father? Was their father around? Are they part of a sisterhood? Are they in good health? These are important questions. So, anything to add on that before we move on the mate selection part, Mr. Yogi?
Man, that joint was broken down perfectly. I do, and just be as I conduct all those type of questions, like, and if so, just give one example. If the woman didn't have the father in her life, I try to facilitate to see how honest she is about the relationship too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes get to talking a little too crazy. It's like, okay, this is the red flag. Because I'm glad he brought up the flags. This is the red flag. I can't even manage that. I can't even put in help, because like you said, it's a gamble with all of it. Sometimes you can help and teach, if they allow, but if they talking too crazy about their father, I'm like, are they hiding something about the relationship with the father? It's like, okay, they're gonna hide something about them not being appreciative of authoritative figures. So
Right.
now I can't even help properly like I would want to. So that's a red flag. I can't proceed with the relationship. If it's a yellow flag and showing promising attributes and the person is showing being receptive of authoritative lessons and being allowed to be guided, then it's like, okay, maybe I could, let's see where it goes. It won't feel like wasted time if it ends, basically.
Exactly.
Feel like a investive project, saw value, I saw promising, potential, and you work out okay. Cool. And then you end up finding the low hazard. You find the one who's perfect. It's like, dope. Whew, we here now.
Exactly. So keep those things in mind, y'all. Like I know y'all, like, man, y'all done spent a whole bunch on the heart section. It's because it's so important, y'all. Like relationship with yourself and other people is essentially cosmology. Okay, so let's keep it moving. All right, let's talk about oxygen a little bit. This is what is so essential to us even being here as well, right? This is one of your ancestors. You need to breathe. Everybody who's in a club, who has the club tendencies, whether it be the planet Mercury or right Gemini energy, right? Like these are or Virgo energy, right? These are all oxygen, air signs, quote unquote, right? So if you have those energies, you know who you are. Just be sure you speak your truth. Don't hold that oxygen in because you're going to suffocate yourself. You have to express it. But there's ways to express it, even though sometimes even when you express it, it's still destructive. Because some people just can't handle the truth that comes from clubs. Even though it's literally just one little thing, it just penetrates people so deep that they don't even know. Like it hits them to the core. They're like, damn, did he just or she just say that? Like, yeah, that hurt my feelings real quick. So regardless of that, just speak your truth. And speak up for yourself, because if you don't speak up for yourself, you're going to be in your mind all the time saying, I wish I would have said something. I wish I would have spoke my truth. And then you're going to come crying to me saying, Kojo, I was done wrong. And then I'm like, well, did you tell the truth? Well, it wasn't the right time.
Huh?
Okay. The truth is the truth, right? So, and then you have to understand that when you do want to coach somebody or like give knowledge to people, because you guys know a lot, clubs know a lot. Some people don't want your oxygen tank. They're like, I'd rather be in sand. Okay. So they're just not appreciative of the information that you're bringing to them. So don't waste your time on people who don't want your oxygen. So it goes back to the same thing with the pool. But only with folks who are clubs, make sure you're managing your oxygen tank levels, because you can use so much of it and then you running on E. You're going to be gasping for air. You're going to be like, right? So anyway, yeah, you get the point. You're going to be gasping for air. So be careful of that. And then how do you activate it? Take deep breaths. I noticed some of you clubs don't breathe. When you talking to me, you be like, oh, I'm stressed out, this, that, and the third. I'm like, damn, you done said a whole bunch of something. And you didn't even breathe. Why? So just breathe, relax, take deep breaths. Try not to be fearful. Be intelligent, strategic. You guys are already smart. People just sometimes don't understand how much you know. And sometimes they don't appreciate that. So don't waste gems on people who don't appreciate you. Mr. Yogi, what you got on that guy?
Said a lot, but he said what I love. Like, they don't even breathe. Like, they can put a period in front of it, man. Let me you in chapter 10. I'm on here reading chapter 3. Hold on, slow down now.
Right.
Nah, man, you said it perfect. Like, people need to breathe and telling their truth, their clubs. Like you said, telling their truth. And like I like how you got some of you need to blow people away and shake things up. And so you may measure it by, okay, you may not even start. So just start with the process. You may start off with a super deep breath,
right,
blowing out a lot of people. Because now let's imagine, let's make it a symbol of inhale is bringing in people, right?
Mm-hmm.
You inhaling oxygen to formulate, to get out, to talk to people. So the inhale is bringing in people. The exhale is, getting people away.
Right.
So it's something we learned from my Amaru Namatagashi Ali called flow breathing technique. It's used during exercise. I'm going to show you the connection to bringing people in, blowing people away. So when we exercise, after we get finished done with the set, we start off with panting first. This is something that's done in the with dogs. They pant a lot to get their body temperature down.
Mm-hmm.
Now we could do that too. So what it's doing is we're not breathing. At first, we're not bringing in a lot of oxygen. We're exhaling out a lot of carbon dioxide, before we bring in, because if you bring in too much oxygen all at once, it's too high in pH, and that's when you get the the dizziness after hard workouts.
Yep.
So now symbolically, what I'm saying is, don't bring in too many people all at once. That's gonna create confusion, dizziness. There's a lot of noise around you, things of that nature. Evaluate, strategize, and if you get to that point where it feels like confusion, okay, then you need to exhale more than you inhaling right now, because you're bringing in a lot of people around your facility, and it's just you dizzy. You're not seeing clearly right now.
Exactly. Spot on. That's it, man. That's powerful right there.
That's it. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I actually just thought of this. Like, as he was going in, I was like, man, we just learned flow breathing technique, and that corresponds to this. And then Kojo, that's why I like Kojo is my Saturn mutual. So it's like I be learning while he's talking. I'm like, and he going there, right? I love it, dog. I be loving it.
Yes, sir. We both learned it, man. So, and the one thing that I want to mention about clubs is that just be careful not to cause thunderstorms, y'all. Y'all be ready to hurricane or tornado some people over one thing. Like, it's okay. Like, sometimes it's important to practice self-control. Not everybody deserves a tornado, okay? So let's be mindful, okay? So let me make sure that was what I wanted to make sure. Yeah, so we can move on to carbon. This is one of my favorite elements. As y'all know. Earth, diamond, money. But okay, let's talk about some practical things. So diamonds are solid individuals. Now, what's the one thing that makes a diamond stronger is pressure. You gotta pressure the diamond, cut a diamond to have a diamond shine bright, right? And so you can't dissolve it in water, acid, but it reacts well with oxygen. So people need to be mindful. If you're a diamond, don't let people throw dirt on it. So if somebody tries to throw dirt on your diamond, make sure you clean your diamond off appropriately and don't let them throw dirt on it. That's important. Do some pressure washing, do some blowing of the wind, get the dirt, whatever is off, and just let people understand your value that you bring. It's so important. If you don't even value yourself, you don't even understand your own value, meaning you haven't read your book of you could be like a 10 of diamonds. The 10 of diamonds, the blessed money card. And you just, money's just flowing out your pocket. You don't even realize that because people keep coming to you. Hey man, can I borrow $20? Here you go. Hey, can I borrow? And you don't understand your value. And that is the worst thing about a diamond, is that they don't understand the value that they bring. So they basically sell themselves short. So how do you put this practically? Always continue to understand your value and increase your value by improving, by learning, by doing different things that are going to add more value to yourself and others that you're interfacing with, right? Because it's not enough just to add value to yourself, but add value to other people, right? So how do you activate? Eat well, okay? Eat well, y'all. Y'all don't know if this is 2023. We need to be eating well. Nobody wants to be sick. You don't want to be in the hospital. You don't want to be, there's people coming through the Sheway Clinic that have cancer, or stage 1, and it's because they're not making the right decisions when they're supposed to. It's easy when it's not easy. So what I mean, like, you had the opportunity to do it, but you didn't do it. And that's when it was the most easiest, even though it's not the easiest. Because you got temptations, you got things that are just like, oh man, well, it's just one chicken wing, it's just one McDonald's, it's just one, and we're what? You know, you ever listen to somebody like that? You know, I just had pork. What? You still doing that?
Nasty bitch.
So anyway, the point is that, you know, I do this in jokes, right? So idea is that you want to take care of your temple. Diamonds, very important for y'all to make sure you take care of your temple, because the minute there's a crack in your foundation, your diamond will start to crumble into sand, and then you're in trouble. So anything you want to add to that, Mr. Yogi?
I'll start off this point first. If you want to learn how disciplined you are, leave your city for, you know, everybody got their favorite food that was in that city that they just love. Because we talking about eating well too.
Yeah.
I've been away from Atlanta for about 6 years. Before I came to Honor and eating healthy, I was a wing head. And I came to Atlanta, I said, that chicken gonna kill me. I was something like, man, that chicken gonna kill me. I don't care what flavor you put on. Discipline. And then as far as he talked about diamonds and how he reacts well with oxygen. That was important because oxygen, we just talked about oxygen. We just talked about the air. They got to tell their truth. You better tell your truth about your value.
Right.
I used to be like that too. I used to undermine, cut the cost, not naming the price, not naming the value. Then that's when you allow the people to name the value. Because they're going to always name it the lowest they can. Because the game is, how can I benefit? It is when you come into business, is the person you're doing business with, they're looking at how can they benefit themselves. And you looking at how you can benefit you. So now there's a mutual agreement. If you don't tell your truth, they're going to tell their truth. I want the value right here.
Right. They about to extract all the value.
They about to, man. So it's important to do that. And that's something I learned in my journey, making sure I say the value as a diamond. And then making sure, like he said, you gotta, he said it all, like making sure you have the right people cutting the diamond, making sure it's right value in it. Cause as a diamond, if I put myself around somebody, I could put it in a very, in this perspective too. Let's put it in a story. Let's put it in a stereotypical story. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm putting a stereotype story. Let's say I grew up in the hood.
Okay.
I grew up banking. Grew up with an OG. I'm a diamond. He's going to guide me to do gang banger stuff. That's a person who doesn't really value it. He's not cutting the diamond right. So now the diamond got all sorts of cracks, blemishes on it. So now value of that person is diminished. They self-esteem, they confidence. But in my reality, I grew up around Kojo, Powerton, Dr. Ali, Muhammad. Now the diamond's polished, right? It's polished. It's ready to take on the world. It's shining bright.
Nice.
So it's important, as he said, having those right people around you who are, because oxygen is knowledge. We know knowledge is power. So
with action, definitely.
Yep. And so make sure you're around those right individuals and those right team. It's very important as an earth element.
Bingo. So to you diamonds, I know it'd be hard sometimes because everybody be smelling that money right off you. And it'd be people who ain't got no diamond. They be like, I know you got money, even though you be thinking, man, I ain't got no money right now. And you asking me? Well, let me try to dig in my pocket. Here you go. You got to understand. That's part of that. Look, it's okay to set the tone of your value. Like, you have to understand that you are not an ATM to people. Okay? Because people will treat you like an ATM. Oh yeah, you smell like money. You look like money. You look like you got it together. So guess what? Can I borrow $20? And I promise I will never pay it back.
Right.
Because they'll tell you, oh, I'll pay you back next month. No, they won't. No, they won't. Unless it's a contract, then they have to, right? So do it strategically, right? Where it's agreements and stuff like that. But like, the point is just understand your value. Understand your value. So keep that in mind, okay? So just to back up the carbon point, here's some, you're like, man, where I get that book at? Let me go ahead and type it in for y'all so y'all don't know.
Right.
I'm gonna show y'all. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. 2 places. All right. Y'all see this website? This is y'all's favorite website. This should be one of y'all's favorite websites. All right. Honorgovernment.org. Go to store products, right? Scroll down. Keep scrolling. Where is it? Am I on the right one? Well, let me go here to the appropriate one. Aboriginal Medical Association. Oh, not that one. Aboriginal Medical Association. I spelled it wrong, y'all. Bingo. Scroll down. And if y'all haven't signed up for the birth workers course, get that course, y'all. Right here. Healing that. I'm gonna hit you back, guy. Okay. So healing thyself. This is where you're gonna find a lot of the material that we're talking about today in regards to health, right? You can go get this book. You should have had this book if you're in the healthcare program. Came with it for free. So definitely the healthcare program is getting ready to roll out and open up again in January. So, I forget I think it's January to March is the enrollment period. But anyway, point is, this is where you're going to get the advancement in your health as a diamond. All right. So, man, I don't know why. So this is where you can get that stuff, right? AboriginalMedicalAssociation.com. That's where you're going to get the book. So this is where we're getting this material from of how to eat, what to eat, what not to eat, things to avoid, things to not eat, things to eat. So won't spend too much time. And I'll give y'all a testimony, right? So y'all be like, Coach, you don't do nothing. You don't. This was a bioscan just before class, okay? I got 3 things to be mindful of, okay? Brother, I know I'm working too hard, right? I need to sleep more, right? That's what it tells me right here, right? And then I had me an 8, right? So blood sugar was a little bit low, right? So and then also I got to be mindful of the environment that is in the presence of, like, from whether it's from the fish, whether it's from the air that I'm breathing in, people that, polluting the, so all that stuff matters, and that's what's affecting me. And this is what the bioscan showed up. But this is the sub problem. This is not a major problem, right? So point is that you too can have this type of results. And this is how it should be looking anyway during Ramadan, right? If you're exercising, you're eating well, you're monitoring the people around you, your environment, you're doing the prayer meditation, like, you can get this too as well, if not perfect. So anything you want to add to that, guys?
Man, that was perfect. And then I'll just say this: just when you make your food, tap into your creativity. That's what personally helped me, at least. Making the food at least resemble some of the things I used to eat. So if it was collard greens, then we got chard. Everything's pretty much replaceable. Like, just
Right.
about studying and just learning, just making sure you really tap into that creativity. Because if every day you look at your plate and you look like a cow grazing, you won't get discouraged. Just being honest with y'all, like, your cow, if it look like a plate that a cow would graze, then all right, you come on. Come on now.
Oh man.
You know, just tap into that creativity. Y'all get that book. There's 1,000 recipes up in that joint, literally.
I'm gonna flash that book again. Look, this is where y'all look. There's so many recipes in there, y'all. So no excuse. Okay. All right. And then my favorite is the spade energy. Y'all need to work. Okay. Spades, you can't be lazy. No laziness is allowed. Like, as much as I'll be like, yo, I'll be overworking, but there's a reason why I have to work. Okay. If I find myself being lazy, my fire starts to dwindle. And I'll give you a real-time example of this. So a brother came to me. I'm out of the country. He said, I don't know why I'm hitting you up, but I'm hitting you up. And then I said, and I already knew his cards. I said, is everything all right? And he says, no. I said, oh, you probably have drained your pockets, or you've allowed other people to drain your pockets. Plus, your flame is probably dwindling away, because he was, I think, a 4 of spades or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I said, I'm probably here to help spark some gasoline or, hydrogen in your system so that your flame can go bright. And I broke all it down without even knowing what was going on. He was like, damn, I needed to hear that. You were exactly right. And I have not been doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I've literally have been lazy. I've gone off the path of my passion of what I'm supposed to be doing. And I need to get it together. And this is what I needed to hear. And I was like, you're welcome, brother. And I resumed my vacation. Right. So spades need to understand that don't let people extinguish your willpower, your flame, put water on your fire, because when they do that, it is very defeating. So how do you manage that? You always focus. Oh, what is this? No, cancel. You always focus on your abilities, your passion, your willpower, your ability to work. You can't be lazy at this. Like, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna just play this clip.
You can't be lazy in this, bro. Like, we have people that come into Arnhem.
We have people come into Arnhem, and they're very non-productive. And it's not to be so harsh, but it is. I'm flaming y'all up a little bit to get y'all motivated, right? Like, I say that because I'm flaming myself up. I could do more, right? And even though I'm stretched, but I could do more, right? We all could do more, and we can't be lazy. So spades need to respect that they have to work. You don't want to overwork, but you need to work. And then you need to stay organized, right? Because your flame can be scattered thin. And then you burnt out. You be like, damn, I'm burnt out, Kojo. What do I do?
Huh?
Like, I don't know, man. I've been there before too. No, but what you do is you stay organized. You have to stay organized. You're going to have to expend your energy in the appropriate places in an organized, strategic way. Otherwise, you're going to get burnt out. You're going to experience burnt out. So stay organized. Keep that stuff in check. And then just be mindful not to flame up everybody. Not everybody deserves to be flamed up. Okay? Some people just give them a pass. Right? I know some of y'all ready to burn a bridge because you ready to be petty. We can't do that. Can't do that. Sometimes you got to think long term. Okay? And stop thinking short sighted. So how do you activate that? So I call this the mirror technique. Basically, look yourself in the mirror, have a clear mind without other people's voices in your head, and find your own voice. Trust the senses that you probably are aware of, or you're maybe not aware of. So that intuition, that's the spade energy, is that intuition, the sixth sense, the lucid dreaming, the astral, all that stuff. That encompasses. I know I'm throwing a whole bunch, but like, that's the type of the empathy, understanding when you know like something's off. That intuition is going to guide you. That's the spade energy that y'all possess, that we possess. So Because if you don't trust it and you don't cultivate it, it's gonna bite you in the butt. Because you're gonna be like, damn, I should listen to myself. Anything you want to add on that, Mr. Yogi?
Man, that joint, man. One Zap I got, I experienced that this over November and December. I did one live with Ali, and it changed my trajectory. I said, and for the people who know, I write 14 pages of reports for the cosmology, birth charts, and yearly. I was like, man, I ain't know people was gonna come in like this. Wasn't. So what I had to, like you said, I had to organize, had to prepare.
Right.
I kept in contact with the clients, keeping them updated. Like, all right, I got you. It's the ETA, and allowed me to keep my fire,
right,
but at the same time manage it without feeling like, man, I can't get to this. I can't get. No, I can get to everything now. It just takes, of course, it takes patience. It's gonna take patience. It might be over time, but patience, discipline, and organization. Be good and breathe. Sometimes it may not hit right away. You gotta breathe, then.
Boom, boom. Breathing with that work creates flame, bruh. Let's go. So I'm telling you, spades. If I find out you a spade and you lazy, I'm like, what? Let me not find out. I'll flame you up a little bit to get you motivated. So don't tell me if you a spade. This is a warning because I'm gonna flame you up a little bit. All with love, though. It's always with love. So but hopefully that makes sense, y'all. So where are we getting this stuff from, right? Amaru Namatagashi Ali has put this in very well put in this book. History, Origins of Cartomancy, Divination. This is the book for really prophetic science and ritual self-defense. Literally. You want to know if you about to catch a case with somebody, Jonathan Mays, you should have hollered at Minister Yogi. Do your yearly reading, do your 2-year reading, do your 5-year reading to let you know what you're going to see, the energies. Yes. And that way you can navigate. So I know a lot of celebrities sleep on what we do, but it's very powerful. And it can save them from being knocked off the block or going to jail.
Nice.
So this is where you go get it. Obviously this is the hard copy, but there's an ebook of this, so y'all can get it. I know y'all be like, damn, it's expensive. I'm like,
Huh?
No, it ain't expensive. So there are cheaper versions of this. It's just the ebook. So go get it. Honorgovernment.org, like you see at the top. Go get it, please, y'all. Enroll in the cosmology course as well. Learn from Minister Yogi, Minister Bach, got some experience, Minister Powelton, all these people, they can teach y'all, right? So, all right, y'all, I know. Reading books that have demystified a lot of misinformation is literally at Aboriginal University. I know this is the promo of Aboriginal University, y'all. I know y'all want to read, just hear me out. So, what Chief Ali has created and put together has literally filtered out and demystified a lot of misinformation, a lot of the junk. Aboriginal University is there. It's there to teach us, to literally get our people in a position where they are in control of their life. Literally. No other way. Nobody else is doing it outside on. I can tell you, your civil rights leaders, your thought leaders, or whoever, they are doing what? They are taking the little info that they know, that we know, selling it to y'all, and then robbing y'all blindly, taking y'all stupid enough to believe what we and then they'll take y'all money. So this is what's happening. But you can stop all that. You can change all that. You can literally change your family's trajectory by some of the books that have been put out, right? And then reading your protocol manual for those who are nationals. Reading, there's better books of the Lost Heritage. Obviously, they lied about the slave trade. It's like basically version 3.0. So definitely get that stuff, y'all. And then obviously, like we talked about, these are some of the ministers. You can holler at them. And then the last thing on this point on the book of you, I know you're like, damn, Coach, hurry up and get to the investment. Your elements make up you, but it's up to you whether you want to activate your power or not. It's a huge, huge responsibility. Okay. So understand that it takes patience, it takes the discipline, which is so essential. And hopefully you've been building that through the month of December. You know, today is the winter solstice, right? Not a power, right? Hopefully y'all, I don't know about y'all, but things has been moving the way it's supposed to be moving. And I'm like, thank goodness for my discipline. No, ain't no thanking somebody else outside of me. Thank goodness for my discipline. Literally. So, anything you want to add to that, guy? It's a huge responsibility. That's all I'm gonna say.
Man, this joint is perfect. I mean, lastly, all I want to add is it's never too late either. I got clients right now who are 64 years old. It's their first read. It's never too late to learn about yourself, to work on your skills, and to eat healthy. If you be eating bad for 64 years, okay, the 64 years, it's finally the year you can finally hop on the Aboriginal diet and get your body in tune. It's never too late. It's not over because you 64. Whatever. That's just telling you how many times the sun went around. How many times you went around the sun. So you can still get into shape, reverse your age, get your skills. All of this is the book of you, literally, and you could pretty much rewrite the misinformation book and bring out the God book.
Ooh.
So if you 64 or whatever, be the editor.
That's it.
At that point.
Literally. That's the book of you. So, appreciate that, Mr. Yogi, Chief Minister of Cosmology, bringing in the gems. So, as you guys know, within Region 6, we like talking about economics because they're very important, right? Money. So, here's one thing that I won't let go. And it's investing in Sun Village, y'all, in tribal and other tribal cities that we're going to be developing. So you have not, and if you don't know what Sun Village is, let me go ahead and help you. Y'all be like, man, Kojo, is this what you're talking about? Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Only one of the things. Sun Village, California.org. Okay. Oh, Lord have mercy. I didn't spell California wrong. Okay. That should do it. All right, great. So let me share my screen. All right. Yep. This is where y'all need to get familiar with. Okay. They have public meetings, right, which you can attend. As you can see, the Monday meetings are canceled and will reconvene on January the following year, right? So if you want to learn more, you can even register your organization. If you want to get involved, we have labor departments, right? We have the town, so you can become an e-resident, right? So there's things that you want to do within Sun Village, okay? So I gotta always make a point to talk about Sun Village, right? And we got to develop our other tribal cities, right? So that's one place of investment. You like, man, get to the stuff, Coach. All right. Real estate investing at your fingertips, y'all. This is what I wanted to tell y'all today. Okay, so there's two different things that you want to be aware of when it comes to this platform, right? And the reason why I'm even bringing it up is because I don't know if anyone's heard of Boxabill. You know, matter of fact, let me just not say if y'all heard of Boxabill. Let me just show y'all, okay? Show y'all. Okay, so this is the technology that a company has developed. I've told y'all about this company before, where you could have invested in it when it was a startup. I think it was like last year in class. So y'all might remember me talking about this. Y'all may not. Point is, if you did, great. You're making some money. If not, well, you can still invest in it, but it's just going to take a higher amount. I think it's like 25,000. Let me see, 25,000. Woo! So point is that the reason why I'm bringing this up is because they're developing housing in different sectors of the market, where it's basically modular houses, right? And so with this investment strategy, they have basically a REIT pool, which is a real estate investment trust pool, where you can actually gain monthly revenue from this investment. So you could do it that way with the future of housing, or you could do it in an income-focused fund, like you see on the left-hand side, the STNL Plus. And that one's primarily focused on commercial property, right? Versus the other one is residential, which if we go to that site, let me make sure. I'll go to the next thing. Let me see. I don't know if anyone's seeing my screen. Sure, I'll go back to that. Yeah, okay. So here's an example of what they're currently doing, right? So you, with this portfolio that they're thinking about doing, you could basically get a 10% return on whatever you invest in, right? They've already raised over like 140 million from like 50K investors, right? But the idea behind it is that look at the box of billabilities, right? Affordable housing, student housing, military housing, disaster relief, special events, short-term, vacation, home offices. These are stuff that you could literally make revenue from. So that's why I even recommend and suggest doing this. So do some homework on it. Again, if you want to figure out how you can get into this, I forget what is the name of this again. Did I not tell the name of it? I don't think I did. Give me 1 second, y'all. I can tell y'all the name of it. Boom, 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 boom. But it's very similar to like REITs, but this one is just a little bit more, I guess, focused. So this app is called, where you go and create, is Elevate Money. So if you go to Elevate Money, I think it's an app, right? Yeah. So go here. Yeah, it's Elevate Money, box of bill. I'm gonna share my screen so y'all can see what I'm talking about. So if you go here, you're gonna download the app actually. So like we talked about, and then you can actually get more info on what it is that you would be investing in. So again, it's another way to diversify just revenue wise, or your compensation that you may get from the business that you're doing. Again, I think the bare minimum that to invest, I think, is $1,000, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure. Yeah, $1,000 minimum versus the other one is $100 minimum. So maybe you're like, oh, that's too much, Kojo. I don't want to put $1,000 into something that could be, risky. Well, you can always put $100 in the other one, and you'll be straight. So I just share that screen again. So I'll go back. Yeah, it's literally $100 on the left-hand side, $1,000 on the other side. So it's something to think about. Again, it's worth looking into if you're looking to find ways to not have your money sit in one place. So hopefully that makes sense. If y'all have questions on it, let me know. Hold on, what is that? Oh, there's some people who've been talking. So we're gonna get to y'all's comments in a bit. I'm about to wrap up in a second. Oh, and then the last thing, y'all know I like talking about cryptocurrency, right? So I don't play. I literally don't play. So Bitcoin halving is happening in April 23rd, 2024. So be aware, if you've already been stacking your coins, you're not tripping about it being at, I think, 43,000 right now. You probably are a little bit happy, right? Because we talked about this before. Okay, don't say we didn't. Okay, so And some of your other coins are probably doing well as of right now, as far as like they're rebounding. We're about to come out of being in the bear market. So it's just something to be aware of. Maybe some of you are like, oh, it's too risky. That's cool. Just know that option is there. I'm going to continue to suggest it. I like money, 8 of diamonds, So, and then obviously I gotta always encourage people to, if you really want to know the true status correction, like these people keep pushing status correction, you gotta get your status correction. Look, you need to get nationalized, okay, and get into a tribal government that's going to provide you the protections that you need with the institutions to get you and protect your family and be successful and protect your economic resources. So avoid these other places that are trying to steer you the wrong way. Say you could self-nationalize yourself. That's impossible. That's bogus. You need a nation, right? You can't do this by yourself. You can't DIY nationalization yourself. You can't do that. It's not real. So I self-law master. Avoid them like the Black Plague. Yeah, I'm calling them out because they have been misleading people still. To this day, I still get phone calls, and I'm tired of it. Stop it. They got their documents by copying our documents. Let that be known for the record. So, ARNA is the solution, literally, or IPA. Maybe you're like, ARNA's too strict. You got the IPA. We got you. As long as you're protecting your resources and your family, that's what's really important. And getting your political status in the appropriate spot. So, and then lastly, making your health a priority. Y'all keep coming to me and saying, brother, I don't want to eat right. Right. And then you come crying saying like, oh man, I got this pain in my Anyway. So schedule a free consultation with your health, fill out the intake. We'll lay out the best plan for you, and then you can make a payment based off of what you want to do. So anyway, I'm not the only clinic in town, right? There's other people in town. I'm just putting it out there, right? And lastly, we're gonna open up the floor for live readings. I know you're like, damn, brothers, 2 hours. 2 hours. I know. So, but it's the book of you, y'all. We gotta let people, we do it every year. So what I'm gonna do is, I guess I can copy the link. I don't know, right? I can copy the link, right? Yeah,
you should be able to,
yeah, copy the link. All right, we're gonna put it in the chat. Y'all can come in if y'all want to know money problems, y'all want to get some financial insight. Listen, it's gonna be to a degree. You're not gonna get the full details. If you want the full details, pay. Or just donate, okay? Just know that you got to respect the value. That's what we're trying to communicate, respecting the value. So the link has been posted in the chat. If y'all have questions, y'all want to get live readings, now's the time to do it. I know y'all like, man, it's the night of power, Kojo. I know y'all. I know. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry.
It's the book of you, though. Ain't that the best movie? All you gonna do is watch it.
Real talk. So no, but no, we appreciate y'all's attention. I'm gonna show some of the comments for those who are still in the chat. But if y'all want to come in the chat, y'all can definitely come in the chat. I think Wallace said I just acquired a cartomancy book a few weeks ago. I'm very excited to begin through it. It had my name on it. Excellent. Very good book. Very, very good book. Let me see. What else people saying? Homeless people all the time. Oh yeah, I know. Homeless people be asking for money. They be out in the street and they smell the money, especially $10 like you. Oh man, God, like yeah, they know you got money. They're like, yeah.
It's one brother who used to always get me. His name was, he's called Magic Man, but he used to be on Boulder Crest all the time. He used to do one magic trick where he took the sugar and then snap it through there. I was like, yeah, I figured it out, but I was like, man, how you get me? Here you go, brother. God damn, I won't even got nothing on me. Here you go. You got me. You got me.
Yeah, man, he playing them tricks, man. He playing them tricks. Let me see what else. Sad brother can't pay. Yeah, I know. It's very sad for Jonathan Majors. I don't know. It's over for him. As far as that goes. But he can always start his own. He can, come into Arna. He could, lay out the blueprint of what happened at Marvel, and we could try to replicate it, literally.
Yep.
Like, that's an idea. An extension goes out to Jonathan Majors. I know you're gonna be facing some serious.
Oh, that's what I forgot too. As far as the United States report, because with the Jonathan Majors and Taraji P. Henson talking about, how the actors and actresses are underpaid. I'm actually expecting in 2024 after their birthday, at the United States birthday, like maybe another writer's strike, or this time an actor strike, actually.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Damn, an actor strike. And you know what? That would make sense, because I've seen the entertainment space, and a lot of these people don't get paid like that. Unless if you're not an A-list actor, you're not getting paid like that. And I've seen how much some of these what do they call it? Casting calls. A lot of them are like, yo, this is volunteer, this is free. Some of them are like lowball, $100 an hour. I'm like, $100 an hour. Ooh, how you gonna live off of that? So I would not be surprised. So let's see. What else? Y'all don't want to come in the chat? I mean, if y'all don't want to come in the chat, y'all ready to end the night of power, we can end the Book of You tonight. Definitely appreciate y'all's attendance and full participation of the Book of You that we do every year. The God came and killed. Hold on, what they say? Johnny Depp came out clean in his case. Jonathan Majors. You right. You damn right. You damn right.
That's facts.
And you already know. You already know. You should already know what's going on with that.
You're right.
So it's a messed up situation. Okay. How can I save money better for next year? And what is the best place to save? 10 of diamonds. I'm gonna let you take that one, guy.
How can I save money better for next year? What is the best place to save? Well, look at it like this, because we have certain aspects to it. So if you're saving, then you kind of saving what are you exactly saving up for? First of all,
boom.
Are you saving up for a certain skill? Are you saving up for investment? I would need a birthday, just to know, like, okay, what cell department are you in? I guess get the best, an easy example. All right, if you're Aquarius and you're somebody who dwells into AI programming and technology overall, then okay, maybe you're saving up for a certain AI class with to learning AI to make your daily tasks a little easier to organize. Or
all right, brother started coming to chat.
it's like I mean, it's just a lot of fields. So it's a family. So saving up for family projects. So it'll be your duty to see what type of family, because fourth polarity that deals with family and community action. So what type of family investments can you look at? Like he just talked about one technically with the real estate app.
Right.
Like that's a family project in a sense.
Literally.
Maybe you do a saving up for land and building community. Yeah. So you could do that, right?
So one of the ones that I think is like really, really easy to do, and I don't think a lot of people pay attention to, and then this is for all diamonds. So if you don't have Robinhood, right? And I'm gonna tell you a couple other ones. If you don't have Robinhood, they have a card, right? And it's basically that's where your money is from if you're not investing it. So they give you a card, and you can make 5.25 APY on the money that is literally just sitting on that card. So that's another place you could park your money, right? And another one is 360 Capital One. So this is a savings banking account that you can get for your business, right? Or for your status as a national, where you can park money at. And I think it's like 4.2 something. So that's another place where you can park money. Even if you're like, okay, well, I don't know where to put the money. You could put it there and it's accruing interest. You like Kojo, do you? Yes, I have one. I have a couple of. So I'm telling you this because I do these. It's not far-fetched. You can make money. You can stack your bread if you continue to put money to save. If you're just looking for a place to park your money to let it grow and pay you something. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, thank you for that nature. Yeah. Are you parking some money into that Robinhood account where they're paying you the 5.25 interest? Because you should be, because like that's something I'm doing. And again, it's not where all of my resources go, but it's just some where some of it's parked. And just like some of it's parked in Capital One 360 savings account. And there's other like I would call them stealth savings accounts where they pay high APY in a good year time frame. So look for those type of savings accounts that are actually going to put money in your account. So I can't remember the other one. It's like in Texas actually. I can't even think of it. But anyway, point is that that's what I would do, right? And then as well as like, so one of the companies that I parked some money into, as far as like stocks goes, is like what's that company called? I should know. It's an ETF, and basically this ETF. It's called it's a real estate company. So it's a real estate REIT, and so they pay a monthly dividend. So I think the price, and I've talked about this in class before. So if you ain't, I don't know what y'all doing. But this is let me pull it up. The price of it is like 56. It literally hovers in the 50, 40, 60 range. It doesn't go nowhere. It literally chills there and it pays a nice little dividend. So I'm gonna share my screen real quick. So y'all see this, right? Realty Income Corp. We've talked about this before. They pay a nice dividend. Dividend yield is 5.4, and you get paid a monthly dividend. So all I'm telling you is that there are plenty of places to park your resources. It just depends on which one makes the most sense that you're going to get the most return, right, within that time frame. So always thinking about time and return. Like how long you got to park your money before you get a nice little return. And sometimes you're going to have to take risk. Sometimes the risk may take a while before you get the return, but that comes with the territory of investing or just diversing your pool of resources. That's very important, especially as a tenant diamond. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Let's move on to Sister Mia's son. So she threw out the birthday of her son. God. He's a king of clubs. King of clubs.
King of clubs, and then what's that? Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And he just 18.
Did you have a specific question, or did you just want me to go in on the polarity on this?
She said, "What would be the best occupation?"
So the best occupation.
Yep.
Well, starting off, so this. Because I use three things: the sun, the midheaven, and the true node. So sun, so he's king of clubs, Scorpio, so master of knowledge. Now Scorpio deals with birth, death, and forensics. So he King of Clubs, he's the master of the knowledge. Maybe even someone who pays attention to you know, the details and able to disseminate information, fairly fast.
Mhm.
If he was to get into forensic investigation, criminology, um, private investigator, of course, I would look at other aspects of his chart. Let me
Right.
just let's try to pull it up real quick.
Okay.
Um, November 7, 2005. Easy one. November 7. 2005. No time.
Oh, I'm gonna do an infomercial real quick. So if y'all don't know where to like actually get in contact with like Chief Minister Yogi, walka.fun. Literally, you can get your life figured out. Book your appointment. As you can see, you can get through the shop. You got testimonials. You got to first you got to sign a contract. And then you get a little bit of health, nutrition, economics, knowledge of yourself, of your book of you, right? So very, very important. If you don't know where to go, walka.fun. Please book your appointment today. All right, back to you guys.
Sir, appreciate it, guys. Sir. All right, so now, since you don't have the time of his birth, I mean, if you do, you can throw it in chat real quick, but I do got his son and his true node, so his true node just means what you can use to create your true purpose. It's like your true purpose, basically.
Mhm.
And your son's is in Aries, so that's dealing with defense and military intelligence. So he may use his abilities to start up a private investigation business, doing forensics, maybe get
Maybe IT. You know what I mean?
IT. You could you advance it because now IT is definitely taking over with AI and a lot of other investment equipment that disseminates crime scenes fast, literally.
Yep.
And since he's the king of clubs, he could be right up on that. King clubs are people who master knowledge and they quick with having those breakthrough type of information. So,
Literally.
yeah,
Yep.
if he was interested in that, he could do something like that. As one of many of career paths or occupation choices.
Yeah. That and even robotics and drones. You know what I mean? Like just the programming or just the flight of controlling the drones and the robotics.
Yep.
That would be another sweet spot for him as well.
Yep.
So that's something to keep in mind too.
Yeah, no, that definitely works. That works perfect because that taps into his Neptune. It's in Aries, so now he gets to tap into his creativity as well as his true node, with his defense and intelligence, and then that's basically like investigative where tap into all those type of things and merge them together and figure out what type of niche marketing and breakthroughs he could make in those departments.
Literally, there's like a company that it's like in Tulsa. They're called Airwise. They basically they manufacture drones. So I keep honing in on that because it's like that's another niche market, which still deals with like single board computers, system on modules, like different chips and different technologies that go into that. Especially if he's building computers, he can literally get into that space of building and customizing drones as another niche within computers. You know what I mean? Like he can get into IT, but if you niche down like from IT, because IT can deal with like infrastructure management and stuff like that, but you can get into building customized drones. Like,
yeah.
Anyway, so
no, yeah, he gets to building those drones and building. And she said he's good with building computers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can merge all of that, and then he could because he could good at building computers, defense and intelligence. Now he learns what to build within the computer to protect it because think about it, it's a war between AI right now, and then of course you got hackers. People don't know hacking was actually used as a functionality before it became like a war between it. We
Yeah,
sponsor states that you know
they would
sponsor these
do.
people.
They would do hackathons. Literally.
Yeah, literally. So yeah, he said Austin got to work on that procrastination.
Right. You spot on.
Nah, yeah, yeah. So procrastination. I mean, I think because you say he likes computers, like I know for me, because I had procrastination, but once I got into something I like and it corresponded with my attributes, and it was like it was like it was galvanizing. That's my other SAT word for today. Thank you, y'all.
You would
It
trip.
is, it is galvanizing. So it kind of in some way kind of helped bring that procrastination off of me in a way. Like to be honest, for me that was my experience though. Of course,
Yes.
there's other tools you can use for the discipline and alleviating procrastination.
Yes, sir. How is this? Okay, so Jada, what determines your polarity? Does the polarity change?
Awesome. So your polarity is based on where the sun was during your birth.
Hmm.
When you're first born, you take your first breath. And the breath, so let me start from here actually. So each planet and sun, they have magnetic fields.
Yep.
And all of the magnetic fields work with Earth's magnetic field.
Yep.
And we ourselves have our personal actual magnetic field.
Yep. EMF field. Yep.
Yep. And so when you're first born, you take your first breath, and that first breath is basically leaving an electrical signature on each cell, a memory of where that planet was during your birth. And now, does your polarity change? It does. It's called progression. So now, of course, you got your lifeline polarity. If you're Aquarius for life. You just because there's some polarity doesn't mean you disregard the first reading you got. But
Yeah.
you do take in account of the progression of the sun. So it'll progress each year. Your birthday comes about. The sun progresses 1 degree. So some of y'all. So the best example: have you ever felt like if you was a sociable person, and then from 13 to 20 years old, you sociable, excited around a lot of people, and then you're 35 now. He's like, man, why do I require so much isolation now? And why, and that may be because your son progressed from, I don't know, Gemini to Sagittarius or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Progress to a polarity that deals with isolation. So some of the characteristics and things, little small changes where you may get work done quicker if you're isolated versus your natal sun. That's what when they say natal sun is in the original polarity.
Yes, sir. Whew. I know y'all like to just go ahead, go to walk a to get y'all's report from the guy, and he'll break it down even further. He'll talk you through it. Promise y'all need to understand this. It's very powerful. I think she said something else. I know they be tripping. She says, I would like to get a reading on my upcoming year. Oh, well, you already know what I'm about to tell you. That we could do a basic one, but if you really want to know, walkaid.fun, right? Go ahead and go click on shop. Scroll down.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Right here.
The
Oh,
full
no,
cosmology
you
one.
she said yearly reading, right? Yep.
Yep.
Right here. Click on that. Add to cart. That's what you're gonna do. But if you want something to for tonight, some basic.
Mhm.
But anyway, so somebody else came through the chat. Oh, can you put the link? Okay, I'll put the link in the chat again, y'all. My bad. Put the link in the chat, y'all. And then she said, this person said, first she said, thank you for breaking that down. So you're welcome. My son card is 7 of spades. Hopefully you working hard. You done told on yourself. Okay, 385. I'm thinking about stepping more into health. Yeah, you would be right to step into health.
Yeah.
You would be right.
Anyway, he said, "Can you just elaborate on my cards?" Oh yeah, so 7 of spades, and then you are Pisces too as well. So stepping into the health and wellness, how you can break it down, because 7 of spades also deals with cosmology too as well. So and
Yep.
okay, and you say you love indigenous psychology, so
Mm-hmm.
perfect combination. Then what you can work on is learning. If you need something specific, like you want to delve into 7 of spades deals with integens too. It's like, it's this functional side deal with jaws, but you can make it functional.
That part.
Right, but on this functional side, you could deal with integens and how they affect the, a person's psyche and their health, things of that nature. He was 7 of spades. And then if you want to go streamer with it, you want to start getting on some Pascal Beverly Randolph type of movement. That was a brother who dealt with like sex magic and a lot of other rituals. Of course, you want to make sure you go through proper initiation. So science, mathematics, history, music, making sure that you understand these elements and that information. And then you can take that, you can start doing once you learn it properly, you can start doing retreats, integen retreats, hosting, various other things. It's a lot of things you can do with the 7 of spades. And like Kojo said, you got to work though.
Gotta work. You can't be lazy at this, y'all. Especially you, brother. Like any spades that I know that make themselves aware, you gotta believe in your work. Okay, have faith in your work. Okay, because you literally if you don't really have determination and willpower in the work that you're doing currently, you're gonna find yourself being burnt out because you're like, damn, like I'm not even doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I ain't got the willpower for it. I can't keep doing this work because it's not really fulfilling, and you start losing the spirit, and then you're not tapping really into that intuition that we talk about that spades have. Like you need to be doing some like low key magic, So it's a lot of work. Yes, I know. Yes, you're gonna be working, brother. Like I'm 10 of spades. Yogi got 9 of spades, right?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you're gonna be working. So here's the secret. Whatever is that magic signature that you have, definitely cultivate that, and then you can start expanding to other places. That's also going to be a trick. So I'll tell you a little bit. So I dream, and when I dream, I get a lot of insight. But sometimes I have to talk to myself before going to sleep to say, I need to know this. Show me something that's going to give me the answer to this. And then I say that repeatedly. I go to sleep, and I get this complex ass dream. I'm like, let me write this down. And then I have to like come back to it later because I don't know what that means. So I like come back to it. But then I get pieces of it. I'm like, oh, that's what that meant because I'm seeing events play out. So I'm like, oh, okay. So that's one tactic. And the other tactic is I use a self-reflecting mirror that's invisible. So whatever that may look like for you, you do the same. I also have healing hands, and then I'll leave it at that. Yogi, you can go ahead and
Yes, though. Oh, first let me shout out to sister Teresa. She donated 25. Appreciate that, sister. She stuck it in there. See, that's why they call $7 the lucky millionaires. Sometimes I go in my pocket and like, damn. Lucky millionaires card. I love it.
Sir. Yes, sir.
But yeah, buddy. I mean, and he said I just started selling supplements. Yeah, man. And so you work like you're a 7 too, and you're a Pisces, so you want to like figure out a way to tap into your creativity as far as how can I develop some type of marketing plan and catch people's attention while of course providing correct information about health. So it's, it got to be a balance, of course. You can't like I've been on both sides of the coin. I market entertainment, but I ain't have no information behind it really. And I market information, I ain't really have no eye-catching entertainment. You know, so it gotta be a balance to it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that magic.
Yeah.
That magic in that work that you're doing, that part you have to have. Like,
yeah.
For those who are 7s, you know what I'm talking about. Whether it be magic with money, magic with the mind, magic with relationships. Okay. But there has to be that magic sauce for you as a 7 of spades. You need to have that magic in your work. However you cultivate that intuition. But you're going to work. That ain't going away. Okay. Brother said, I need my y'all like having me go back to this page. All right, so I'm gonna get out of that. Yearly reading, we go here.
There you go.
We're gonna click on hold on, what happened? Oh yeah, okay. So we're gonna add to cart. I know I've already added 2. So but this is for you if y'all really want to get a yearly reading. Keep going here. There's even interest-free payments of $62.50. So for those, you may not be able to do $250 today. You could do $62 and 4 interest-free payments. Right. So keep that in mind. WalkAid.fund is flexible. Okay. As y'all know who, if y'all did with me, y'all know I ain't got no payment plan. I just don't. Okay. I got all that. I'll be nationalizing real soon. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully we get a home base out. Well, you want a home base out of Arizona? Well, brother, look, you're gonna be heading it up. You're gonna be the one that's starting the local jurisdiction, right? I'm gonna play my favorite clip when it comes to local jurisdiction.
Oh man, waiting on me to open a local jurisdiction. Man, get your ass out here and open up a local jurisdiction for the sake of the survival of your race.
All right. So let that be clear. Okay. So even though there's people in Arizona and there may not be a whole lot going on, it's going to be up to you to cultivate that and start up local jurisdictions, tribal cities. So that way, and basically just taking the replica of Sun Village and just replicate it in Arizona, right? Since you're going to be considered to be in region 7/8 anyway. So you might as well, take the blueprint and just duplicate it. So sometimes if there's nothing going out in that area, you're going to have to build it up yourself. You know what I mean? So he said, I figured as much. Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, it ain't easy, man. It ain't easy. But
you can't be come in the army.
It's fun. I know it's not easy. So, y'all, you welcome, God. You welcome. I'm gonna post the link again in the chat. We got some people in here. So I don't know if y'all might be shy. Y'all not. Y'all maybe y'all don't want to read it. Maybe you want a free reading. We can give you that we can give you that basic free reading. But if you want more details, we go to that website again.
Yeah, go to the website.
Walka.fun. You got different options, right?
Yes.
Right. If you want to know relationship reading, look right here.
You know who you're around.
Right. Maybe you need a travel reading. Maybe you need a relationship reading. Full cosmology. Okay, I know. Listen, y'all know where to go. Okay. So what did the brother say? We just trying to find the wiggle room. Damn. Hey man, I know, man. I'd be like, man, I'm planning on being lazy today. And guess what happened?
You can't be lazy in this, bro. Like, we have people that come in the army.
Right. So that's what's ringing in my ear. I'm like, oh yeah, let me not be lazy today. So it's one of those things, man. Like there's a balance, right? Especially with sports, because like you don't want to be overworking, but you know that is the spark. That's going to be the force. That's the energy. You got mass times acceleration equals force. So you can't have the spade energy without doing the work that goes behind it. So that's what's gonna literally be the recipe to your success. So what else, y'all? Y'all done for the book of you this year? Y'all ready to throw in the towel? It's about to be 11.
Right.
Eastern Region 6. Some of it is already. Hold on, Kojo, do you give business planning? Oh, let me go. Oh, I know I like talking money, so let me go ahead and type in this real quick. So you go here, go to consultation, scroll down, economic, right here. Right? And if you want to get even more depths, there's different things that you can do, right? But that's not the focus, right? Today is the book of you. So to answer your question, yes. So, yes. Y'all want to read the book of you? What's up?
Hey, you want to know?
Y'all want to know tonight? It's cool, man. Just know that if y'all haven't got y'all stuff situated for the Arna Ball, definitely pull up in Georgia. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be a good time. And make sure you're doing your this is the night of power, right? So get it together tonight. As soon as you get off this live, you're like, all right, I'm done with that. I'm done with y'all. Let me go into my corner. Yeah, go into your corner, go into a dark room. Maybe take a little ethogens with you, into that mode, and then really focus on what you're trying to project for the rest of the year, right?
Yes.
It's so important. So I trust everybody's having a great Ramadan. I know we are. It's been wonderful. It's only about to get better.
Enjoy that Ramadan ball and go have fun. Go have fun. Don't go in there asking Kojo and Ali philosophical questions. They on integers. They go have fun.
Oh, yes, sir. Go have fun. Okay, he says thanks. I'll be hitting y'all both. That's cool. Boop, boop. Oh, that's the other thing. Okay, let's. Now I know you. Maybe next year, Minister Yogi, you can come through. But we're having the dinner like we normally have a dinner in the Hawaii region. It's going to be at the crib. So for those who are attending, you need to know the address. Obviously, I'm not posting that address publicly, but if you need the address, send a text message either to the Hawab hotline or to me personally, and then I can tell you where to go. We're having a dinner as a tribe. Gonna have all the good food, I'm gonna be cooking up something, and we're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna talk about plans for the region and what we're gonna do this coming up here and just what we got planned. So it starts at 3. Be there or be square. Bring some food if you decide to come up. There's gonna be food there, but bring some.
Ooh, no, I'm a foodie. No, I'm coming next year.
Yeah. Definitely. Hold on, what is it?
What cards are the identifiers for specific talents that identify for athletes? I won't say cards. I could say something like a properly developed child who was born in Sagittarius will most likely be more athletically advanced than someone like born 12th polarity Pisces. That I could say. I won't say it's a exact card that will identify an athlete.
Right, because there's not necessarily, that's not how you would classify it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It's just a level of an. Some certain cards will have more inclined to be more of like a musician or entertainer or athlete. Like I get that, but like to just say one, it depends, right? It depends on the birth signature, right? The birthday.
Yeah, because even that person who's ninth polarity, they might not, because the ninth polarity is also the Ministry of Education, so it might be a great athlete. But I wouldn't go into a reading and say, "Oh, you're an athlete. That's your lane." Like,
correct.
In that sense.
Correct. So, sounds like that made sense. Cool. You want to go? I think you're going, God. Yeah, just talk to your mom. I believe y'all are going, so I'll see y'all tomorrow. Oh, the other thing that I think really people should be aware of when it comes to their own cosmology is that you will fluctuate, right? In the sense of like you will swing from one polarity to the other. You will swing like a pendulum. Mm-hmm. And it's your job to make sure that you don't swing so far off that you just stay in that area forever. So meaning you stay in dysfunctional land forever. Like you're gonna swing in dysfunctional to functional. You just gotta keep even keel. You know what I mean? Like that's really important. And how you do that is by having discipline, routines, making plans, creating your purpose. Literally the things that we talk about in Arna that you have to be doing. Taking care of your diet, making sure that the diet is not really a diet, it's literally a lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Right.
And just your environment. It depends on the parents and genes and all that. Yeah, it does. Genes do matter. But you can activate certain genes and turn off certain genes. So based off of your diet. Based off of your diet. So we can't get around that. Like eating well is essentially part of the success formula. So I don't know if you had anything to add on that, God.
Nah, I mean, the healthier I got, the more lanes I seen I could merge together versus when I was eating bad. And so I went from cosmology to wanting to knowing how to pipeline that to arts and TV, and then how to pipeline the arts and TV to forensics, criminology, investigation. For myself, for my personal book of you, like, so as you go through life, when you get the first reading, you might be like, okay, I see the attributes. I hopped in this path. I feel like it's a slow down, or I feel like it's oversaturated in a sense. It happens sometimes. There's a billion people in the world, but sometimes I do feel that feeling of oversaturation or feeling to slow down. That's when you start to, okay, how can I pipeline my career into something that's a breakthrough?
Literally, which is a good thing. So, I think what was the other thing? This is the last thing, and we can close out the year for the book of you, because I know everybody like, oh man, I gotta go to work or whatever the case is. Where is it? There's one thing I want to show you, or just things to pay attention to when you're around people. Yeah, here it is. Okay, let me take this off the screen real quick. All right, so I'm gonna give you an example of some of the things that I know that I experienced, right? So Queen of Hearts sits right here, bottom left, right? Now, if I come in contact with a 10 of diamonds, right, I'm dealing with a mutual Mars. So what does that mean to Kojo? Kojo has to be very careful of the water that he's pressuring on that diamond, because it could agitate that 10 of diamonds quickly. Right. And vice versa. That diamond could be shooting out so much sand or earth onto my pool that I could get very irritated quickly. Or we could come together and I'm putting the pressure just the right amount, and he's doing the right amount of action, or she's doing the right amount of action, and it's just aligning great. I know nature's just laughing. it's true, because like there's a balance, because and we can have mutual action, which is productive, right? That's what I'm trying to like. There's a functional side and there's a dysfunctional side of this mutual Mars. It can be productive. So that's one example. And usually you can sense that pretty quickly, like whether somebody is probably a mutual Mars to you or something, because
right.
They just say one little thing. It ain't even that big of a deal. And you already irritate. You back. Hold on. So pay attention to that energy, right? And I'll give you another example. Let's talk about me and Minister Yogi's relationship. We have a triple relationship, like it's crazy. Because with his 7 of diamonds and King of diamonds, right? That's a double mutual Venus. I have love for the guy, like literally. Ain't nothing that I'm like, yo, what you mean? I tell you, like this, that, and third, like whatever I got you. And the same goes for him. He like, yo, you be sure to do the we're doing the book of you, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. I'm like, yeah, you right, yeah. He said, yeah, he did the dissertation. I'm like, damn, man, you right, I did that, right? So it's mutual, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, yo, y'all need to go to his side. Speaking of which, hold on, sidebar. So walkaid.fun, right? Get y'all's comment, right? So like, you gotta understand that this is effortless. Like it's a mutual Venus, it's a mutual love. Like God, and I don't have to work at it, and it's vice versa. He doesn't have to work at it either. So recognize those energies with those people that you come in contact with, and as long as it's the pool, like for mutual Venus, that the pool is being respected between everybody in that pool, then it's gravy. You know what I mean? So and then you come in contact with somebody. Let's say that. Let me go back to the chart. Mr. Yogi comes in contact with somebody who's a 6 of hearts. Well, that's a mutual Mercury for him. And as long as the oxygen tank is clean, it ain't polluted.
Right.
It's gravy. Communication is good. They can have commerce together. They can talk ideas, share ideas, all this other stuff, and it'd be mutual. It'd be great.
Yeah.
The minute it gets polluted, you in bad shape. Minister Yogi's gonna recognize it and he's gonna pull away. He's gonna fade to black. Okay.
Pull away. Now, I guess I give one example. I got a mutual Jupiter with Dr. Ali.
Mm-hmm.
Jupiter is, I ask him excessive questions every day. It's like a notepad for me. Like, I don't even need to know the answer. I just want to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could be mutual growth. I did a lot with her. It started mutual growth, and then man sharpen man. So steel sharpen steel. And I noticed how his intuition was in live. I got a little competitive too. I was like, hold up, I gotta say something. Hold on, let me steel sharpen steel. Mutual said, like Kojo said, mutual Venus with him, mutual Saturn. So it's like, keep each other on square. Then it's all respect, it's all love, and then it's all just always great.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Literally. And that's what we want y'all to recognize. I know we've been going on for 3 hours, but like this is so important. Like, and you can like if you don't have too much experience with cosmology and just the book of you, all that stuff, like you can recognize the energies because you can feel it. Now, sometimes y'all may get like kind of swayed in the wrong direction because like maybe somebody's dysfunctional, like let's say they just like talking. We must have a mutual, Mercury. No, sometimes they like to talk. They like to, they may be dysfunctionally gossiping, queen of clubs, you know what I mean? So and you feeding into it. So but you should know intuitively whether it's something, because like I'll give you the last one. Like when you have a mutual Venus with somebody and it's like somebody of the opposite sex, even if they do you wrong, you'll still come back. You'll still come back. And vice versa, they'll still come back.
All right.
And regardless of what the situation is, they'll still come back.
Right.
They'll be mad at you, they'll still come back because they always got love for you. Even if you did them nasty, that love, sometimes it's not healthy, but it's so engraved, and especially if you come across that. So you'll recognize that stuff. Some of y'all have talked to me about it, and I keep telling y'all just be like, well, I can't leave them alone. They so, and I'll be like, right. So, I get it. Anything to add on that, guy?
You get Yo, that's real though. That's real talk though.
So on that note, guys, I mean, we appreciate y'all family. I know y'all tune in. I know it's late. This is going to conclude the yearly Book of You. Hopefully you got something out of it. If we offended you, we apologize in advance. The intent was not to offend. The intent was just to educate and just to bring awareness. And hopefully you guys will take the initiative to pick up your all's book and read it. Read your own Book of You. Anything you want to add to that, Mr. Yo, before we close out?
Man, read the Book of You. Be reminded, this is Turtle Island. The turtle always wins the race. So we're not asking you to, go at a crazy speed. Like, we didn't ask you to go at Bugatti speed. Like, you got to learn it fast. No, we know it's going to take time for you to. We just asking for you to start, remain disciplined, honest with yourself and honest with others, and just clean up your environment.
That's it. So, well said, God. Nature said thanks, peace and love to the family and my bros. Same to you, God. Peace and love. And on that note, family, we'll see y'all. Hold on. Let me look at that calendar. I think it's not this week, but so we're gonna see y'all sometime in January 2024. Peace out, and we'll see y'all next year.
Peace.